Robin this season. And there are a lot of looks throughout the years that Janelle she just can't hide it. I mean, it is what it is. And of course, Janelle threw shade at Robin at the tell-all this season, saying she's so tired of quote-unquote Counselor Robin. Oh, your pain, your pain. So yeah, it just feels like Janelle's even more angry at Robin for everything now. So it is what it is. The feud lives on. I don't think we should ever expect these two to be like friends or anything like that. And I hope you enjoyed my Sister Wives, Janelle and Robin in-depth report on their ongoing frenemy feud. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching the whole way through. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives content. Bye guys! This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 12. In this episode, Christine throws a party, Janelle and Cody get awkward in her new apartment, and Mary turns her life into a tree metaphor. Oh, and Janelle uses the term poop in a group, and no one knows what that means, like at all. I've looked it up. I mean, what does that mean? First, Christine is having a 50s birthday party for her 50th birthday. There's a food truck. So many kids showed up to celebrate. We see Aspen, Peyton, Garrison, Gabriel, Savannah, Mykelti, Isabel. Truly, Christine loves being single and admits to dating, but for quote-unquote fun. Janelle supports Christine dating. She knows that Christine has been looking for a good partner for so long, and Cody just wasn't fulfilling that at all. I mean, at all. No, now hold the phone, because we learned that Mykelti told Robin and Cody first about the fact that she was pregnant with twins because she needed help, apparently, whatever that means. I think we all collectively cringed inside at the screen when she said that. Telling Robin before your mom, Mykelti, for Robin this season. And there are a lot of looks throughout the years that Janelle she just can't hide it. I mean, it is what it is. And of course, Janelle threw shade at Robin at the tell-all this season, saying she's so tired of quote-unquote Counselor Robin. Oh, your pain, your pain. So yeah, it just feels like Janelle's even more angry at Robin for everything now. So it is what it is. The feud lives on. I don't think we should ever expect these two to be like friends or anything like that. And I hope you enjoyed my Sister Wives, Janelle and Robin in-depth report on their ongoing frenemy feud. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching the whole way through. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives content. Bye guys! This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 12. In this episode, Christine throws a party, Janelle and Cody get awkward in her new apartment, and Mary turns her life into a tree metaphor. Oh, and Janelle uses the term poop in a group, and no one knows what that means, like at all. I've looked it up. I mean, what does that mean? First, Christine is having a 50s birthday party for her 50th birthday. There's a food truck. So many kids showed up to celebrate. We see Aspen, Peyton, Garrison, Gabriel, Savannah, Mykelti, Isabel. Truly, Christine loves being single and admits to dating, but for quote-unquote fun. Janelle supports Christine dating. She knows that Christine has been looking for a good partner for so long, and Cody just wasn't fulfilling that at all. I mean, at all. No, now hold the phone, because we learned that Mykelti told Robin and Cody first about the fact that she was pregnant with twins because she needed help, apparently, whatever that means. I think we all collectively cringed inside at the screen when she said that. Telling Robin before your mom, Mykelti, her Hallmark movies with the predictable storylines, the princes from European countries, and the people that always kind of look like Santa in those movies. She's also been doing mundane things like moving water tanks with Garrison, getting her oil changed, and drinking out of her mug that says, "Rescue your own damn self." In terms of Janelle's kids, Savannah turned 19 this month on December 7th, and Logan and his wife Michelle did this so funny denim photo session at JCPenney. Janelle said, "The funniest thing I've seen in a week. My kids are the best, so creative and funny." Michelle and Logan and Michelle's brother and wife had a photo shoot at JCPenney Sunday. Scroll through. I'm dead. Janelle seems to be taking it easy after going on this media tour with Christine in New York and being interviewed with Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood, and Us Weekly. I do have a full video on one of those interviews, so just go look in my videos for that one. And Janelle is just so diplomatic during interviews, and Christine is just ready to tear things up. It's kind of hilarious. They're like yin and yang. So, moral of the story, they don't trust Robin. They kind of admitted to that in those interviews. Speaking of Robin and Cody, In Touch reported this month that they are upgrading their $1 million home in Flagstaff. Yes, that is correct, making it even less likely that they'll be going on Coyote Pass. According to the article, Sister Wives star Cody Brown and wife Robin Brown's Flagstaff, Arizona home is set for a major renovation, as In Touch confirmed. The dad of 18 filed permits to upgrade the $1.8 million property. The reality TV alum, 54, applied for a residential self-issue permit on December 11th, according to records viewed by In Touch. The documentation was approved the same day and will remain valid until June 7th, 2024. The couple, who legally wed in December 2014, seemingly plan on making some major changes, as the permit allows homeowners to reroute breadcrumbs at this point. Like, they didn't even invite her over for Easter, and they knew she was probably alone. Like, what is that? In the last year, Janelle says, "I need something different. It just doesn't fit the parameter anymore." She wants to do something different. Janelle's like, "It's very amiable with Cody." Christine says, "Well, I saw the fight. That's not that amiable." In her confessional, she didn't call her out in person. What is up with Cody and Janelle using the word amiable so much for everything? Amiable. Everything's amiable. Janelle says, "We've been friends with benefits for years, and now I want something more." Friends with benefits with 6 kids. Imagine. Friends with benefits. That's how she's describing her relationship with Cody at this point. But I don't even know if there's benefits right now. Right? Like, is there benefits? I mean, can we ask a follow-up question? Christine says that Robin has everything she wanted in a husband, and she's like, can't believe she just said that. Janelle says she can't be married until she's released by the church, but she's not involved with the church, so she can't really go through and ask to be released, so she's kind of caught in whatever. Christine and Janelle still don't have great communication. Like, as they're talking, I feel like they're like walking on eggshells, probably because cameras are there or something. I mean, this is national television, but I just feel like they're not communicating like exactly like girlfriends. Like, they're not being super, I don't know. But Christine says that they'll just continue to give her scraps. So here we are. Yes, like Janelle and Mary are kind of getting scraps right now. It is sad to watch.
Are you going to try and do, are you guys going to?
I'm going to try, but if Robin's there, I don't give a.
So no one's talked to her in person?
No. The truths were revealed, and we all just said, cool, this is the point where we all go, we're done.
This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 9. In this episode, the gloves are off between Cody and his older kids, and they throw shade at each other like never before. It's kind of heartbreaking. There's groovy music and Flagstaff B-roll. Get ready.
It's a very, very self-deprecating situation. How his anger was a turnoff for Robin, apparently. I mean, yeah, it is a turnoff to be super angry and weird in confessionals like that. Any woman would run the heck away, right? Well, basically, Cody was oversharing with Robin, probably more than he was in his confessionals. I mean, can you imagine? But in this teaser, Cody's interview was way more interesting than Robin's, I do have to say, in this teaser. In another teaser, Christine talks about how she doesn't trust Robin because she does one thing and then says another, which she has actually said this in interviews. This is not new information. Christine distrusts because Robin says she wants a big family and how she's mourning and everything, but then does all these separate things with Cody. It just does not make sense. Suki is like, how can you have a relationship with Robin if you don't trust her? Like, Suki, really? Have you watched the darn show, Suki? Christine already told Robin, last season, that she doesn't want a relationship. Christine says, no, I will not have a relationship with Robin. But she doesn't blame Robin for everything going wrong either. That's more of a group blame situation. And Mary says that her relationship with Robin is getting figured out, whatever that means, but obviously they're not as close as before. I mean, after Robin's freak out, I would question things too. She says things are different, and emotionally, Mary's just not 100% there yet to be friends with her ex-husband's wife. Totally get that. Mary says, I'm single. I don't have sister wives. And Mary talks about how Jen, her BFF, has her back 100%, but the other wives don't. But then she says Robin does. So basically she means Christine and Janelle don't have her back, basically, which no, they don't. I feel like there's no love lost between them, and it's because of past stuff, which hasn't been fully revealed. In another teaser, Mary accuses Cody of not telling her how he felt for a long time, leaving her to pine for him. And she says that when Cody told Robin in the finale that they had an agreement,
everyone's doing their own thing, but I have never seen or heard of a 7-year-old who still has a pacifier. Never seen it. So let me know in the comments if this is something that you've seen before. Janelle's in a vacation rental with her boys and Savannah. There is this sadness that Cody's not showing up, and Janelle actually told the kids that they had a fight and that things were not well, and the kids were not surprised. Savannah says that Christmas was quiet but kind of nice, and Gabriel actually enjoyed it more than he thought. Cuts to Cody that says that Janelle is out of sight, out of mind, and that my loyal wife wants something special, so I'm blocking everything else. Of course, emphasis on loyal. Cody just does not give a you-know-what anymore. The gloves are off. That was such shade. Since when is Janelle not loyal? I don't know. Anyways, they're having crepes, and there's this way too long segment about what Cody puts in his crepe. He calls it a French burrito, and it's disgusting. Did not need this fluff. Nathan and Cody now go on a drive with no destination. They're just driving around, and trust me, it kind of gets dark. Nathan says that his wife and Mary are sisters. Actually, we knew this. He's had 2 wives. The second wife actually ended up leaving him. So Cody and Nathan are bonding over this. Cody wonders if he can adjust to having a smaller family. He says, can I be monogamous? And I'm thinking to myself, you still have a big family no matter what happens in your marriage. You have all these kids. It's not like you have a smaller family. So I don't know really what he means here. He says that he courted Robin and Mary, but he had requirements for Janelle and Christine because they asked to be part of the family. There will be other wives and you will be committed to me, were the requirements, I guess. And bam, during the episode, Christine came in hot and posted this to her Instagram. It said, "It's really nice to be with someone who doesn't have any special requirements before we get married. I love being loved for who I am and moving the business up there. Downsizing in Flagstaff," whatever that means. I don't know if she actually to this day has a rental or something in Flagstaff, or if she's just now fully in Utah. Robin is double checking, is this still your home? And she's just really wanting Mary to still want to be in Flagstaff. Mary says yes, but she's just gonna spend longer stretches of time in Utah, you know? So Robin just confides that she is now feeling very unsteady. Cody is different, everything is different, and she says that really the most steady thing is her relationship with Mary, although Mary said that Robin doesn't even call or text her much. So, you know, Mary wants to be around people who want to be around her, and who could blame her? Robin is like, let's not give up, okay? Robin says, you know what, Robin, just call Mary once in a while then, if you want her to stay. Like, what are you talking about? Back to Janelle and Christine now at the Red Restaurant. Janelle says that she recently saw Nancy, their old therapist. Do you guys remember Nancy? I mean, nothing Nancy did worked. Let's just say that she was Christine and Cody's counselor, failed marriage there. She was Mary and Cody's counselor, failed marriage there. Every relationship Nancy counseled for the Browns fell apart. So, I mean, the track record is bad here, but Janelle saw Nancy anyway. And Janelle says, you know, what's happened is I'm growing and I need something different. I don't want to be married anymore. So she's kind of like in between two worlds of, you know, wanting to not be married to Cody anymore, but I think part of her still likes him, so it's weird. You know, so next, the kids are, well, I should say Cody and Robin's kids are going to Coyote Pass to use the mini bikes they got for Christmas that Cody did not get the other kids. Of course, you know, he only got them for Robin's children. Aurora's on a four-wheeler. They're riding around the deer pond where there's no... She kind of had a little bit more... I don't know, clout. I don't know. It's weird. It's all about perception, but it did shift after this happened, in my opinion. In a later season, I think season 15, someone had tweeted that Cody calls Robin love, and that he didn't call any of the other wives that. It's true. He used to say love like a million times per episode. And so Janelle responded on Twitter. And she had said, he calls me sweetheart. I wouldn't want to be called love. Oh, the shade. Not too shady, but like just enough, you know? This was back when they used to live tweet during the show. They don't do that now for obvious reasons. Clearly, Cody and Robin would get roasted on Twitter. Beyond this, in the later season, things escalated, I mean, for sure, between Janelle and Robin. There was one moment where Cody is working out in Janelle's garage with music, and Janelle says, you know, she needs something harder, like in terms of music. And she confessed that she actually likes Eminem and German industrial rock, which is surprising, honestly. And then in her confessional, Robin was so judgmental. Her face just looked so judgy and, you know, in my opinion, I guess. But she talked about how when they were in Vegas, Janelle used to attend concerts and wore black t-shirts and heavy makeup. Robin was shading Janelle here and acting like a 1950s housewife. Like, who cares about people's music choices? Like, and, you know, the face she made was quite epic. In season 17... the feud escalated again up a notch. Fans spotted Janelle rolling her eyes at Robin during intense discussions about Christine leaving. Obviously, Janelle just sided with the boys in terms of their dislike of Robin and the belief that she had something to do with the rules Cody implemented when, the virus was happening and they said you had to wash your mail or never see your family or something. It was pretty strict. And Janelle just never seemed happy to be even sitting next to my next recap. I'll be back on Sunday with that. All right, guys, bye. This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18 Tell-All Part 3. And the episode starts pretty abruptly, and we're still talking about the season finale, particularly the scene where Mary tells Cody to kick rocks for good after years of Cody telling America in his confessionals that he doesn't want to be with her. Christine questions why Robin is even there on Coyote Pass with them as they're having this important conversation about their marriage, and everyone agrees about how everything that went down was humiliating for Mary. Mary says that although the hints were all there, she didn't want to infer that her marriage was over. She wanted to be told directly. Talk about next level denial right there. She says basically, despite the million red flags over 10 years, because of her commitment, she was not going to assume anything. And Cody says that he made an agreement with Robin and Robin only, that if they're not in love, that they won't drag it out. And he didn't make this agreement with the other wives, and apparently they were actually mad when they found out about this agreement. Mary is like, where was this agreement for me? Cody says he didn't go deep with Mary because he was scared of her reaction. Come on, that is not a good excuse at all. Very typical guy excuse right there. And here I almost fell asleep with Mary going on about how her commitment and her values were important to her. 10 years is a long time for holding on, that is all. Cody is adamant about how the covenant doesn't mean anything if it involves the dissolution of his soul. This on top of the fact that he said it's not safe for him to be with Mary. So a lot of weird cryptic things about Mary destroying his soul, apparently. He refuses to trash talk her, he says. And this is laughable. He thinks now he's not going to trash talk her. Someone roll the tape now, because he's going to sit here and act like he's above trash talking her when that's all he's done. It arrives to Garrison's house, and Garrison says, "We've got pie." And then they have pie, and Christine is like, "Can I ask what happened on the text exchange?" Gwen says that Robin wanted to do a Zoom because Ariella was forgetting who they are, which is like some backhanded passive aggressiveness right there. Garrison says Robin made it all about herself, and she says, there's past trauma here. And Gwendolyn says, where's the trauma? Because Cody prefers them. Am I right? The whole trauma narrative is another narrative that we just cannot get rid of here. And here comes the story we've heard a million times about how Robin says that when they were blending families, there was no support and they're traumatized. Brianna and Aurora say that they were hurt and confused and had heard that the other siblings were thinking of having a Christmas without them. But who told them that, and is that accurate? Because is this like Robin and Cody saying stuff that's not true to... I don't know. That's weird. Robin says, I got attitude from the older kids and it felt defeating. We felt like we got voted off the island. She then told Mykelti and Logan apparently to communicate with the other kids that they weren't going to participate in the gift exchange, and a line was drawn that day. Garrison says that she turned it into her victimizing herself when it was just about trying to do an exchange, and they say she was basically gaslighting everybody. Not surprised. Garrison says Robin is the catalyst of all this, turning herself into a victim. And Cody says, all of you are jerks, and I don't want to call them, and I don't want to talk to them. Garrison says Robin's mad that she can't have this effect on them anymore. And he's like, have him, Robin. we're all grown adults. The fact that in this scene, Cody says he actually doesn't want to talk to them just breaks my heart. I don't know. That scene was just really toxic. Christine says that she wishes things were better, but she doesn't even know what to say. She says, I may not be able to give them a dad, but I give them Janelle. Oh. And Cody says that Christine was a crap sister wife, like her friend Jen, and she was back at Disneyland, the happiest place on earth, because, I mean, she probably needs positivity in California. She said, fun in the California sunshine? Yes, please. So, yes, is it just me, or are the wives, like, at Disneyland, like, a lot? She was recently there with actually one of her male friends, even, but I don't think it's like that, no matter what the other bloggers say. I'm getting a total friend vibe, not like a new man vibe. But she had said, this is me. This is how I choose to live and be. Situations and experiences may cause my life plans to shift, aka, you know, obviously she probably means her separation. People come and go. There may be moments that cause me to pause, reflect, and pivot. The past year has been that for me, but I've recently been feeling a shift as I move forward through it all and towards something different. Details on the different have yet to fully unveil themselves to me. In due time, I'm sure. Until then, to me, that I am right now will continue to embrace this beautiful thing called life and will continue building and creating and serving. There is so much more to come. So yeah, Mary's pivoting, trying to find, like, you know, something like a new purpose, let's say, but good for Mary. And for anyone wondering, Leo seems to be doing well. I think, you know, they still live in Colorado, in Colorado. Janelle has been on the go as usual as well. She visited the Salt Springs boating place with her sister, who seems to be one of her favorite travel partners, and she had said, fun day at Salt Springs run yesterday. I've never had the experience of going somewhere, anchoring a boat, and spending the day in and out of the water. So much fun and so relaxing. I slept so good last night. She also, of course, went to Epcot and Disney World with her sister. So yeah, Mary and Janelle both went to Disney. You know, it's a whole thing. And she also came back home and saw the new Indiana Jones movie with Garrison and Gabriel. Now, let's talk about season 18 because the teaser... Sure. Number 4, Christine said that before Robin, she wasn't really ever jealous as much. She didn't mind when Cody was with the other wives. She liked it when he was with her too. And Cody was way more fair with his time back then. It's afterwards that, and she says he did go to her house on her nights, but after 6 p.m., but that's not the whole day. And they would see his car at Robin's house in the cul-de-sac. So really, Christine got only 12 hours of her full day. And Christine would get so mad in the cul-de-sac because let's say it was a Saturday on her day and he's not working. So why wasn't he with her the whole day? Why is his car at Robin's? It would drive anyone crazy. Number 5, Christine confirmed again that the straw that broke the camel's back for her was the fact that he didn't come to Isabel's surgery, which was major because he said he couldn't leave his family for that long, and Isabel saw that and said, aren't we not his family? Like, aren't I his family? She couldn't really, it was very hurtful, so that was the last straw. Number 6, and then Christine opened up about intimacy with Cody. We've never heard anything about this in public ever because historically this was off limits with them on the show. Whenever a fan or anyone asked them anything about it, they would never answer this. And we learned in this interview that basically, for those who wanted to know, that Christine and Cody were intimate roughly like 5 times a year before Cody said he's just not that interested in doing that anymore. That's like once every few months, just to give an average or something, which I thought is interesting, you know? I mean, that's not a lot. Number 7. Christine's response to Robin wanting an off-camera conversation to let her know they want them to be happy. I mean, this was from the last part of the tell-all. Christine saw that and says, "Oh, Robin wants us to go, 'Your Majesty, you may have him now.'" And it's never going to happen, guys. It's never going to happen. There's just no way. Something about how she's going to have bad karma or something. It's just terrible. It's so toxic what they're saying about each other. And it's just, oh God, God help us. Like, how are they going to, where are they going to go from here? It's bad. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 9. Leave a like and a comment, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.
A bad sister wife is someone who just monopolizes the husband so he has no time for anybody else.
A bad sister wife takes her kids away from her husband. And that's exactly what Christine has done.
Here are the teasers for Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 10, and I saved the best for last. Teaser number 3 this week is definitely the juiciest. So let's get to what Janelle, Cody, Mary, Christine, and Robin are going to be up to this week. Teaser 1. Christine and Janelle are having coffee, and Janelle blurts out that she would consider polygamy again, and that she likes polygamy. Ew, wait, what? How can she like polygamy after everything that just happened? And Christine is just so far away from that place in her mind. In her face, she's just so confused by what Janelle just said. Janelle is not in the space yet of admitting that maybe polygamy is not all it's cracked up to be. She just likes her independence. But she says that it would have to be one of those things where you look at someone and think, oh, I know that person, like she had with Cody. So Janelle wants another Cody? I'm so confused. Christine says that if she had a soulmate who was a polygamist, she would not do it anyway. So very different viewpoints here. Christine calls Cody a monogamist now, and Janelle agrees. And this is the first time Janelle's agreed with that fact. And she says that maybe a while ago he slipped into monogamy and just tried to keep up with his responsibilities with the other wives. Just slipped, like slipped on a slide, slip on a banana, just slipped into monogamy. No big deal. Teaser 2. It's Easter 2022, like under a microscope. Christine also went with her girls to get supplies to tailor Gwendolyn's wedding dress recently. And surprise, Gwendolyn went live in the store. And Christine tried to act cool, but it did kind of seem like the live was like sprung onto them. They probably didn't expect to go live in like a store, like a random store, but it was entertaining to watch. Gwendolyn also received this art from Audrey, as in Leo's fiancé. It's a pretty drawing of her and her fiancé, B. Not sure when Gwen is getting married, but probably also soon. And hey, if they did like a joint wedding with Christine and David, that would save on cost. Could you imagine TV gold? I think TV gold, that thing. But yeah, honestly, people do think that maybe Gwen had a secret wedding. So I don't know what's true, what's not. Speaking of truly, seems like her school is at walking distance from Christine and David's new house. Christine posted this picture, which apparently is on the way to the school. And yeah, wheat fields, guys, wheat fields are on the way. So let's go to Mary. So Mary had a pretty big month. She literally escaped the Sister Wives drama and went all the way to the UK on her own and documented the whole thing on Instagram. She was there on some type of business retreat trip, but also a solo trip. Super exciting. So she went to Paddington Station and somehow is obsessed with Paddington Bear, by the way. Did not know this about Mary. She went to Buckingham Palace and said that she felt uncomfortable taking pictures in front of someone's house. But then, you know, people from the UK were like, yeah, no one lives there anymore, so not an issue there. She went on a double-decker bus, saw Big Ben. She even went to Stonehenge and says that she's been obsessed with Stonehenge for like most of her life. She met some horse and probably traveled by horse-drawn carriage, went to the White Tower, and even took a picture with this man. I'm sure mixed in some business in there too. I saw she was like working out with a group and like sitting down with a group. I don't know. But at the end of her big trip to the UK, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also like this video and comment with your thoughts. And this was an August 2023 Part 2 update for Sister Wives. Bye, guys! This is a Sister Wives update for August 2023. Huge month of drama for Robin, Janelle, Cody, Mary, and Christine. Season 18, People Magazine interviews, wedding drama, European trip, mom shaming, and guess which one said she actually would consider polygamy again? I know, crazy, right? So before I start, please like this video right now and subscribe to my channel. So let's start with Christine Brown. Christine this month released her official engagement pictures with David. They look all loved up in the pictures, and Christine continues to do things she was not able to do with Cody at all, because we all know Christine and Cody barely dated, they just got married, and Christine had called their wedding sad, she hated her dress. So it's time for Christine to have some redemption, some time to shine, so she's doing all the wedding things as she should. Christine revealed to People Magazine that she met David, by the way, on a dating app in October 2022. So, not even a year ago. This month, before the big premiere of season 18, Christine and her daughters, excluding Gwendolyn and her son Peyton, vacationed all over Europe together in Ireland, Scotland, England. Mitch, Aspen's husband, and David joined as well. They even went to Wales and fed alpacas. Like, they did it all. It looked like an epic European vacation. And not sure if this was filmed for the show, but I mean, why wouldn't it have been, right? For the trip, Mykelti actually left her baby twins and daughter Avalon with Tony in Utah and had a child-free vacation, which, by the way, good for her. And to keep up her milk supply, she pumped breast milk throughout the vacation and got immediately shamed for posting this. She has said, "I'm on holiday without my babies. I'm pumping to keep up my supply. I can't donate it in the country." Her Hallmark movies with the predictable storylines, the princes from European countries, and the people that always kind of look like Santa in those movies. She's also been doing mundane things like moving water tanks with Garrison, getting her oil changed, and drinking out of her mug that says, "Rescue your own damn self." In terms of Janelle's kids, Savannah turned 19 this month on December 7th, and Logan and his wife Michelle did this so funny denim photo session at JCPenney. Janelle said, "The funniest thing I've seen in a week. My kids are the best, so creative and funny." Michelle and Logan and Michelle's brother and wife had a photo shoot at JCPenney Sunday. Scroll through, I'm dead. Janelle seems to be taking it easy after going on this media tour with Christine in New York and being interviewed with Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood, and Us Weekly. I do have a full video on one of those interviews, so just go look in my videos for that one. And Janelle is just so diplomatic during interviews, and Christine is just ready to tear things up. It's kind of hilarious. They're like yin and yang. So, moral of the story, they don't trust Robin. They kind of admitted to that in those interviews. Speaking of Robin and Cody, In Touch reported this month that they are upgrading their $1 million home in Flagstaff. Yes, that is correct, making it even less likely that they'll be going on Coyote Pass. According to the article, Sister Wives star Cody Brown and wife Robin Brown's Flagstaff, Arizona home is set for a major renovation, as In Touch confirmed. The dad of 18 filed permits to upgrade the 1.8 million property. The reality TV alum 54 applied for a residential self-issue permit on December 11th, according to records viewed by In Touch. The documentation was approved the same day and will remain valid until June 7th, 2024. The couple, who legally wed in December 2014, seemingly plan on making some major changes as the permit allows homeowners to reroute Janelle. So first, let's talk about Father's Day shade and how much shade is okay on Father's Day because Cody got roasted bad this year. Christine posted a series of pictures of David with her kids for Father's Day and wished him a happy Father's Day, not Cody. She had said, "Happy Father's Day, David. I've watched how loving, compassionate, and present you are with your children, and I love how you've shown that to my children as well. You're truly showing up, which is what is most important." Of course, the elephant in the room is that she completely ignored Cody, the father of her 6 kids, who she has previously accused of, not showing up. So, yikes. Here's some of the top comments on that post. "Happy Father's Day. Cody is somewhere punching the wall right now. Dang, if that ain't a big ol' middle finger to Cody Brown." And my personal favorite, "Cody's last kidney may need CPR. Hopefully his best customer can help." Technically, Robin said he's her best customer, but extra points for that reference anyway, I say. I mean, to the point where I honestly kind of felt bad for him. So before I proceed, don't forget to like this video right now, and then I'll move on. Thank you. Okay, so meanwhile, Peyton, Christine's son, who has been absent from social media posts actually lately, posted the weirdest post of all time on Father's Day, actually. I'm not even going to show the picture because I'll probably get flagged or the video will get taken down, not going to lie. Let me tell you, it's Peyton's coworkers. Let's not forget he's a bouncer at a strip club and they are operating a car wash, so just imagine. So, very weird, not on my bingo card, and someone in the comments said, "The irony you're posting this on Father's Day and not posting about your father isn't lost on me." And Peyton actually replied, "Finally!" laughing face. So, I guess that's the irony he was going for, but I don't know if that really landed. Christine, she had fun on the birthday date with Cody, but it felt like being with a friend, and then he dropped her off and he went home, and she didn't hear from him in 2 weeks, and Christine is shocked. She says, "He drove off to Robin's house?" Janelle feels like Christine is thinking, poor you, and she doesn't like that vibe. She kind of wants Christine to know that, yeah, she's really done, but Christine's not really buying it yet. They may want to do a family reunion with Mary and Robin, and Mary says, "Yeah, I think I would be up for that, just to get the kids together." Robin is like, "It's asking for trouble and fights." Cody says that he doesn't want one with Christine at this point. So in this context, it's really Robin and Cody not wanting the family together, which is weird because when they talk, it's like that's the ultimate goal, to have the family together, but they're not willing to have the family together. It's very confusing. They're contradicting themselves, really. Robin says that Aurora's talking to a boy like she's 12 or something, but she's 20, and Aurora kind of blushes and says they're talking. Mary's like, "Is all you do with him talk?" And they laugh, and we learn that he's a college boy. He's from out of state, but moved down for college, and Robin says that he feels like he's a nice kid. Mary says, "I was married at your age." She says that she was married just after she was 19. She was a baby. And Mary used to say that she regretted not taking more time to get to know who she was. Because really, 19, that's insane. Mary tells Robin that she signed a contract with the house where she's at to stay longer, and Robin is stressed out that she's just trying to trust what Mary's saying. She wants to believe that Mary's going to stay for the long haul or whatever, but Cody says Mary has little involvement with them and the kids. I think she should move on. Like, this is the second time he's kind of said it. Robin says, I'm glad I came and it was good to catch up. And Mary says that any family experiences I have, I will take. Mary's out here just trying so hard, cherishing the moments she gets with the family. And they're basically giving her Hallmark movies with the predictable storylines, the princes from European countries, and the people that always kind of look like Santa in those movies. She's also been doing mundane things like moving water tanks with Garrison, getting her oil changed, and drinking out of her mug that says, rescue your own damn self. In terms of Janelle's kids, Savannah turned 19 this month on December 7th, and Logan and his wife Michelle did this so funny denim photo session at JCPenney. Janelle said, the funniest thing I've seen in a week. My kids are the best, so creative and funny. Michelle and Logan and Michelle's brother and wife had a photo shoot at JCPenney Sunday. Scroll through. I'm dead. Janelle seems to be taking it easy after going on this media tour with Christine in New York and being interviewed with Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood, and Us Weekly. I do have a full video on one of those interviews, so just go look in my videos for that one. And Janelle is just so diplomatic during interviews, and Christine is just ready to tear things up. It's kind of hilarious. They're like yin and yang. So, moral of the story, they don't trust Robin. They kind of admitted to that in those interviews. Speaking of Robin and Cody, In Touch reported this month that they are upgrading their $1 million home in Flagstaff. Yes, that is correct, making it even less likely that they'll be going on Coyote Pass. According to the article, Sister Wives star Cody Brown and wife Robin Brown's Flagstaff, Arizona home is set for a major renovation, as In Touch confirmed. The dad of 18 filed permits to upgrade the $1.8 million property. The reality TV alum, 54, applied for a residential self-issue permit on December 11th, according to records viewed by In Touch. The documentation was approved the same day and will remain valid until June 7th, 2024. The couple, who legally wed in December 2014, seemingly plan on making some major changes as the permit allows homeowners to re-roof. He could be her nephew. We don't know. It could be the man's baby. But obviously, this sent Sister Wives fans to crazy town trying to figure out if Isabel is dating someone with a child. Like, we need more details just so, you know, because we're driving ourselves crazy, I guess. So now let's go to Truly. So Truly is also on the European vacation. She's living with Christine and David in their new house. And anyways, they're fixing the yard. They're constantly fixing it up, and it's going to look really good, their backyard and all that. So yeah, we'll probably learn more about what the custody situation is between Cody and Christine for custody of Truly. I don't know. I just can't imagine it's going that well for some reason. And I don't know how many times Truly has gotten to see her dad recently. Now let's go to Mary's child, Leon. There are a few things to update for Leon. So for those who are unaware, Leon is now transgender and uses the pronouns they, them. Unclear how often Mary sees Leon, but they did see each other at Gwendolyn's wedding. I believe Leon and their fiancée Audrey live in Colorado at the moment, and Leon is 28 years old. There's just so much going on with the Brown kids, but overall, they're a great group, and they really have grown into amazing people. I hope you enjoyed this update about what the Sister Wives kids are up to now in August 2023. Definitely drop a comment and let me know what you think of all this. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives content. Bye, guys! It is August, and promotion for season 18 of Sister Wives is in full swing, people. TLC released the new pictures for the new season, another insane teaser, a press release, and the description for the first episode. So for season 18, episode 1, there's a lot to get through here. So let's start with the pictures. The group picture is weird to me because Cody and Robin are at the top, almost kind of looking down at the other wives, and a lot of people in the comments her in this one too much. Take a look and watch it. And this completes my Sister Wives update for June 2023. Love you guys. Bye. Okay, now really, bye. I'll be back with more Sister Wives updates. Hi guys, this is a Sister Wives update specifically for Christine Brown in June 2023. Let's see what Christine is up to on social media this month. I'll review her posts and let's review some headlines about her at the end of the video. Some are crazy. Christine is actually currently with her fiancé, love of her life, David, in Nashville for a Plexus convention. She said under this picture, "Loving Nashville with the love of my life. We're here for the Plexus convention." And again, she tagged hashtag love of my life. Every time Christine calls David the love of her life, I just picture Cody somewhere like so mad about that, like a knife in the kidneys, right? Plexus is the company she sells for now with Janelle and Maddie. It's this like pink drink I see them holding all the time. And yes, I believe it's another MLM. Something about gut health. Anyways, Christine's not selling for LuLaRoe anymore. She actually announced it on her Facebook page the other day. Christine also got to spend time with Maddie and her kids this month. They traveled from North Carolina to Utah recently to visit, and they literally trucked all the grandkids together in this huge stroller. I mean, I'm sure it was super chaotic at times with so many really young little kids, but it's cute to see the cousins together. Love this picture of Aspen with all the grandbabies. They went to this butterfly world type of place, and also Evie and Avalon look so much alike. I didn't realize it, and a lot of people in the comments were saying the same thing. Now, let's talk about Christine's new house because she showed off the views and I'm pretty sure I can hear the angels singing. Store to try things on. She also wants an industrial vibe. Cody's visiting Janelle's new super nice apartment with the nice kitchen. Cody says that he's asked Janelle to reconcile and she just said, not really. He thinks it's possible that he's excited for her not to want to reconcile, but he's not sure or doesn't want to say it on camera. Cody, however, did start to step up for Savannah. He says their relationship is sweet. And Janelle's like, when he walks through the door, her reaction is like, ugh, oh, he's here, better get up. She tells him this is probably the best place she's had in Flagstaff so far, and it looks really good. Cody then goes on a tangent about how his wives were always like, pick me, do something for me. He said it doesn't feel like he'll be living here with her and there's no room for him. And he says he doesn't even know why she's showing me this, except, oh yeah, our daughter lives here. So we learn that Janelle's new apartment is now bigger than the plans she has for her house on Coyote Pass, which they call a casita. It's like a garage with like a little apartment on top. They talk about how Cody thinks the casita should be bigger, but like, who else is shocked that she even wants to build anything on Coyote Pass? I mean, me? What? She's still building on Coyote Pass? She says that this will be her estate and that she has to show for something for all these years, but She has no idea if Cody will build, and she says there's a thing called a high fence that we can put in between. Imagine Cody and Robin's house and Janelle's house with a huge fence in between. Like, what a sad sight, honestly. And in the apartment, the whole situation is just awkward, and they quickly run out of things to talk about. They just say, like, that's cool, that's really cool. He talks about how the countertops look different, and Cody's like, I'm not even welcomed here, I think. Janelle's like, you know what, this apartment's dog friendly. I mean, I thought for sure they were going to switch to talking about the weather at one point. It was so painful. Cody says, I have a whole life outside of Janelle and Savannah, but I don't talk about that with them. Janelle says, yes, sacred lowliness. It's a way to be closer to God. What? Clearly, Robin is still drinking the Kool-Aid, and Mary hasn't heard this before, so because of that, this is probably BS. I mean, Mary was the first wife. She brought the wives in. She's from a fully plural family from the beginning. She would know if sacred loneliness was actually a thing. If Mary doesn't know about it, it's probably BS. Cody is going back in time, and this next thing kind of blew me away a little bit. He emphasizes that he courted Robin and Mary, but Janelle and Christine asked to be in the family, as if they're second-class wives or something. This goes back to the time when I think he imitated Christine being like a dog panting to be in the family. In my opinion, he's trying to say that Christine and Janelle were thirsty to get in the family, and they should have been happy with what they got. Easy to say when things are falling apart. I've never heard him talk like this. And somehow, because Robin was invited into the family and courted, she's somehow, elevated or something. I don't know. This rubs me the wrong way. It's very degrading vibes over here. Janelle and Christine combined have like 12 of Cody's kids, and for him to be portraying them as thirsty to be in the family is just hits as degrading. They raised 12 of his kids. Amazing kids. Then Nathan, Cody's friend, they're driving, and Nathan is giving his deep thoughts on marriage. I don't even know why he's doing this. Nathan is a polygamist. I think he's married to Mary's sister and another wife. Anyways, he says that marriage is about the woman's right to choose who she wants to father her children. And that if it's a married man, then be it. It's fine. And if she wants to leave, she should also choose. I'm going to reserve judgment because Nathan seems like a likable guy. So, until I see more, she feared either. Like that's kind of like how I interpreted that. But either way, I've been seeing it on Twitter, basically, like how people thought this episode was boring. They were bored to tears. I think this might be like, I don't know, like new viewers or something like that, because Sister Wives has always been like slightly mundane and boring, but it's kind of the beauty of it. Like, it's not like Real Housewives where they, it's like super action-packed and stuff. And I actually don't mind it. The repeating of stories, though, like, whoa, I draw the line. And, like, maybe the thing with the trees was too much this episode, but either way, this was Sister Wives, Season 18, Episode 12. The title was, something about trees, but anyways, I'll be back next week with a new recap. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys! Let's talk about the teasers for Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 13. The episode is called The Elephant in the Room. And the elephant in the room is on a Zoom call because in the first teaser, I was super shocked to see such an awkward Zoom call screen with Cody and Robin smug over there, Gabe right next to them, Madison who cut off Cody. There are so many landmines. at Mykelti's virtual gender reveal. It's crazy. And Cody's just smiling away like literally nothing happened. We are in the Sister Wives Twilight Zone, guys. They all think it's going to be a boy and a girl. And by the way, we learned from Mykelti that this confessional that you see here was filmed a lot later because they felt like they wanted to be able to tell things from their side, their perspective. They're also super skinny here and are on a health journey. There's a huge difference in their appearance from the show clips to this confessional. That being said, I think the zoom is a little shady. Could they not have done two different ones? Why subject, let's say, Gabe to Cody smiling in his face on this zoom? I mean, it's awkward. Bam, direct shade right at Cody. Now it gets even darker, believe it or not, with Cody literally saying something he probably should have told his therapist, not national television, but he wonders what happened to him when he feels relief when a woman is leaving him. He says he just wants to be a DICK for a little bit, and he has this big urge to be mean, and he's fighting it. He doesn't like who he is anymore, and says, I should just be the devil she thinks I am now. He says that he's thought about running away, changing his name, and starting over, but he says that his two younger kids love him back, and that's what's stopping him. The fact that he says only those two younger ones loving him back are stopping him is scary, honestly, because he has so many other family members. Like, what about them? Mary says, I think he regrets marrying me and Christine, not sure about Janelle. I mean, that is such a sad thing to say. I wonder if he told her that or something. Like, why would she just blurt that out, you know? Maybe, I guess it's her opinion. Christine and Janelle have their kids together in a vacation rental. There's like this moment where they're throwing snow at each other. Gabriel says, we have a whole relationship with Christine and her kids. Gabe feels like Cody and Robin didn't make enough of an effort. He feels neglected. And Robin flips it and says, while crying, Janelle's boys did not want to be around us. And that's heartbreaking. If I thought they were open to it, I would have pushed. Why not push anyway? Because that's just the right thing to do. Mykelti, Truly, and Isabel actually ended up going over to Cody and Robin's, and Mykelti apparently has made it clear that she's neutral, she's the bridge, so she probably brought her siblings over for a visit. I think they actually ended up sleeping over, but at least they did get some time with Cody. I don't know about Savannah, like where's Savannah? She was a minor and she didn't get her time with Cody. So that was weird. But anyways, that is my recap for season 18. Christine, she had fun on the birthday date with Cody, but it felt like being with a friend. And then he dropped her off and he went home and she didn't hear from him in 2 weeks. And Christine is shocked. She says, he drove off to Robin's house? Janelle feels like Christine is thinking, poor you. And she doesn't like that vibe. She kind of wants Christine to know that, yeah, she's really done, but Christine's not really buying it yet. They may want to do a family reunion with Mary and Robin, and Mary says, yeah, I think I would be up for that, just to get the kids together. Robin is like, it's asking for trouble and fights. Cody says that he doesn't want one with Christine at this point. So in this context, it's really Robin and Cody not wanting the family together, which is weird because when they talk, it's like that's the ultimate goal, to have the family together, but they're not willing to have the family together. It's very confusing. They're contradicting themselves, really. Robin says that Aurora's talking to a boy like she's 12 or something, but she's 20, and Aurora kind of like blushes and says they're talking. Mary's like, is all you do with him talk? And they laugh, and we learn that he's a college boy. He's from out of state, but moved down for college. And Robin says that he feels like he's a nice kid. Mary says, I was married at your age. She says that she was married just after she was 19. She was a baby. And Mary used to say that she regretted not taking more time to get to know who she was, because really, 19, that's insane. Mary tells Robin that she signed a contract with the house where she's at to stay longer, and Robin is stressed out that she's just trying to trust what Mary's saying. She wants to believe that Mary's going to stay for the long haul or whatever, but Cody says Mary has little involvement with them and the kids. I think she should move on. Like, this is the second time he's kind of said it. Robin says, I'm glad I came and it was good to catch up. And Mary says that any family experiences I have, I will take. Mary's out here just trying so hard, cherishing the moments she gets with the family, and they're basically giving her. Now, in another teaser, David is now on the couch. I repeat, David is getting interviewed. He hasn't even been on an episode yet. And Suki asks him what he thinks of Cody. Now, obviously, he has to watch what he says here. This is a delicate kind of hot seat question because Cody's going to see this. He says, well, Cody wears his heart on his sleeve. And maybe he should not put it all, out there like that. He wants you to hear him, David says. And, he says that he wouldn't be like that. That's like the nicest way to say Cody's an absolute lunatic I've ever heard. Cody says that for David's sake, Christine has to destroy his character. As if he really didn't do that himself. But anyway, for David to be okay, because otherwise it's like she left a good man. He says that he vetted Robin hard to make sure she didn't leave a good man, basically insinuating maybe that David may not have vetted Christine, or maybe there was just less vetting overall in that situation, less than he did with Robin. Cody says he doesn't even know David, and he hopes that Christine is choosing well, and he says it again, I hope she's choosing well, kind of hinting that he's not so sure, maybe. I mean, I see some veiled shade. I don't think Cody is convinced that Christine is making the right decision, but he's dancing around that a little bit, and I don't think David is as nicey towards Cody at all in private based on what I'm seeing. He watches the show with Christine, for God's sakes. He does say at the end that when he was dating women, this is David saying this, which makes it sound like he was quite the dater or something. I don't know. But he says that when he was dating people, that his kids always came first, which in David language could mean I wouldn't have let a woman, aka Robin, get in between his kids like Cody has. But props to David for going to the tell-all at all and being part of this whole mess. He seems to be, like a willing participant, and that's probably a good thing. In yet another much as well, she opened up about bullying in her family. Tony said that in Vegas, he had witnessed Mykelti being excluded a lot. Apparently, her two biggest adversaries in the family when she was younger were Leon and Madison. But later in life, they talked about everything and now have a great relationship. But honestly, poor Mykelti. So Tony says he doesn't find it far-fetched that Robin's kids would have been bullied and that they're quote-unquote soft compared to the OG3 kids. She also called out Mary in the tell-all. In the part where Mary kind of insinuated that she didn't cheat during the catfish era, and Mykelti said to the screen, you did though. She definitely considered that cheating in Mykelti's mind. So speaking of Mary, she just came back from Michigan where she spent Thanksgiving with her friend Blair and his family and friends. And Blair did say in her comments, see you in a few weeks. So moral of the story, Mary's friends are being there for her and are a strong support system during the holidays this year. Jen, her best friend, is also very there at all times. I saw in a live they did at the bed and breakfast. They were there with a bunch of other ladies with Worthy Up sweatshirts. Not sure if this was another retreat, but Mary promises that there is more where that came from in the whole Worthy Up thing she's doing. I would not be surprised if in 2024 Mary has a book coming out and she tries to be some type of motivational speaker or influencer. Let's just see where this is all going with the Worthy Up. And Mary dyed her hair red. I was going to dye my own hair red, and now I kind of feel like I would be copying Mary or something, but I digress. And sometimes when we change our hair, we also are making big changes. I feel a bit bad for Mary because she doesn't have many connections in the family anymore, and I'm not sure she even has that much contact with Leon. I don't see them together that often. She's kind of on her own island, guys. Like, what do you guys think about that? Janelle, let's go to Janelle now. So Janelle is in her element this holiday season, watching. And now let's go to Janelle, who seems rather focused on her kids at this time. Some people think that Janelle and Christine are on the outs, but that's probably false, I think. Janelle actually flew to see Christine this month and the kids recently. She had said that her flight had been canceled because of wind, so she had to go through Phoenix instead. This is proof that she was at Avalon, McKelty's daughter's birthday party. She's holding the twins and being a grandma, so she's been around. It's just that Christine is so consumed with her relationship that there's probably like less space for Janelle right now, you know? There was another Brown birthday this month, and that was Garrison's. He turned 25, and Janelle and Savannah crashed his birthday party. Literally, under this picture, she said, "Savannah and I crashed the brothers and cousins' birthday party for Garrison. He turned 25 on Monday, and all he wanted was to have the guys come and hang out for the weekend. It's so great when brothers and cousins are your best friends." I mean, that is cute. Looks like Logan and Hunter even came down from Vegas for the occasion. And even Peyton was there. He has expressed that he's the closest with Garrison, and they were together a lot growing up. I think they're very close in age. And apparently growing up, Peyton would always ask to go to Janelle's house where all the boys were, because Peyton only had sisters. Janelle is also still working on her fitness and tried out Pilates, and she posted herself in what she said was a scary position. She's trying to get more flexible, you know. I'm wondering what Janelle is going to do. Will she stay in Flagstaff? Is she still even considering Coyote Pass to get a house on it? What is happening with that? As for Mary, well, basically, she's becoming, or to me, I mean, she's trying to become like an inspirational social media person. You know the type. I mean, I don't know if that's what she's really trying to do, but she's been sharing a huge amount of quotes and inspirational content on TikTok too now. So I thought maybe we could play a game called Rate Mary's Quotes. So here's one. "Who I was does not dictate who I am." Okay, she said, "Well, London, you've been quite good to me indeed. Business accomplished, dreams fulfilled, memories made, lots of good food, many miles walked, time with amazing friends, solo reflections and grand adventures, and now back home where I can jump in full force to the business plans I created here. I'm so excited for the future, so excited to see my plans and goals come to fruition and my dreams become reality." And in more Mary news, of course, she posted a cryptic quote this month on her Instagram stories, this time about having high standards, but as she should, after her somewhat predictable breakup with Cody. Some articles actually thought that this was like a swipe at Cody, actually, but can a girl just post a post? Like, a quote, sorry. Yeah, curious to see if Mary will have a new boyfriend soon, like Christine. But honestly, like, for Janelle and Mary, like, no pressure. Like, there shouldn't be any pressure on them. They're dealing with a lot, right? So, yeah. Alright, guys, thank you so much for listening the whole way through. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye! Mary Brown from Sister Wives has escaped the US and the drama, and she's enjoying a trip to London, England at the moment. This is where she is now, and she's keeping us updated on what she's seeing and doing while she's there. So this is a special behind the scenes update on Mary's trip to the UK. Seems like she's there for business training or some type of business retreat. You know, Mary's all about the money. Well, not all about the money, but her business. And she likes retreats, so it all makes sense, right? So let me show you what Mary has been up to in the UK on the heels of her big move back to Utah and her breakup with Cody. Mary flew to the UK through Heathrow Airport and let us know how excited she was about her trip. Honestly, she did mention it on her Fridays with Friends with Jen. She said, "Adventuring, it's what I love to do. Saying yes to seeing new places, saying yes to meeting new people, saying yes on bad terms with Cody." And remember when Gabriel was refusing to listen to Cody's rules so he could see his girlfriend? Well, I don't think that he's still with that girlfriend from that time, because I remember seeing a picture of that girlfriend at the time. She was like at a table with Janelle or something. Anyways, there seems to be a new girl on his lap in a picture from, Hunter's girlfriend's birthday. So this could be the new girlfriend, guys. And Savannah, well, apparently she's been spending the summer with her sister Maddie, and they're literally twins. They're copy and paste from Janelle for sure. Savannah's just graduated high school, and I'm not entirely sure as to what she wants to do with her life, if she's attending college in the fall. I'm sure we'll find out in due time, but Savannah's a bit more private as well. Okay, so that wraps up Janelle's kids. And Janelle, I guess, is like an empty nester now, right? So honestly, Janelle can just have a second act now. Okay, so now let's go to Christine's kids. So let's start with Aspen, the oldest daughter. So Aspen lives close to Christine, and on Reddit she was spotted in a mall at a Kendra Scott store. So rumor has it that she works for Kendra Scott. Well, Christine and her girls this month have been all over Europe. They went to Ireland, they went to Scotland, and they went to London. And Aspen and her husband, Mitch, were included in that trip. So it feels like they've been traveling for a very, very long time. I've been seeing so many updates from their trip. I wonder if this is being filmed for the show. I suspect it might be, honestly. And David, Christine's fiance, joined them as well. And of course, Aspen also attended Gwen's wedding recently. Mykelti was on the European trip too, and even insinuated that they're all getting sick of each other at this point. Mykelti also mentioned that she was missing her babies. That's right, Mykelti left her twin boys and daughter with her husband Tony back in Utah. And by the way, Tony and Mykelti this month showed off their weight loss. I didn't realize it, but they lost a ton of weight. So it is true, they've lost so much weight, and I think they did a post about it too, and it said before and after. So it said that I have gone through a major life shift. It was time to get healthy. We wanted something sustainable, not just quick weight loss, but something that would last and keep us healthy in the long term. It's been a great journey that we're still working on every day to keep our bodies moving in the right direction. We've learned it's all about consistency, not focusing on the short-term goal, but the long-term goal. And she also hashtag Plexus in that thing, so maybe she attributes Plexus to helping her lose the weight. I don't know. And now let's go to Christine's only son, Peyton Brown. Well, guys, where is Peyton? Here's the deal. Peyton, we know, moved closer to Christine in Utah. We also know he wanted to be a firefighter and that he does have some type of job as a bouncer at a strip club. He was super active on TikTok. He was basically a TikTok influencer, really active. And then he started opening up a bit, maybe too much, in an interview on YouTube and on TikTok live. He maybe went too far, honestly. He said that David is standoffish and that he doesn't see him getting, that they're not going to get close, and that he kind of thought his mom was moving too fast in her relationship. Since then, he basically has vanished, disappeared from social media, and he was not at Gwendolyn's wedding, and he's, never at family events, it seems. I think it's possible that some of his speaking out has caused some rifts for him in the family. So that's sad. And where are you, Peyton? Where are you? He was the most active on social media of the whole family. Next, let's go to Isabel. So Isabel is as beautiful as ever, and she's on their European trip with her sisters. Probably the most juicy story about Isabel this month is that she posted this image of a Polaroid, and it's with her and a man and a baby, and her hand is on this guy's thigh. So the baby and who I am becoming. Okay, I actually do like this one. It's deep. I think it's good. Number 2, your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. Oh, okay. I mean, that's from Maya Angelou. I like the first one better. And number 3, you have been assigned this mountain so you can show others that it can be moved. Ugh, I get it, but I think, I don't really want to move a mountain. Too exhausted. So the first one wins for me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Mary seems to be literally this motivational speaker, Mel Robbins, and she likes Mel Robbins. She mentions her, so feel free to look this person up on Instagram. Also wondering where Mary will go. Will she stay in Flagstaff? Leo is in Denver, and her B&B is in Utah. I don't think there's anything holding her to Flagstaff anymore, really. I mean, she could easily move. It'll be interesting to see where everyone goes from here. She also continues to do Fridays with Friends with her BFF Jen, and the last time they did it, they didn't really disclose where they were, so that was interesting. Also, I don't know why, but apparently there were fans or an article or something saying that Jen and Mary were maybe together or something. So she felt like she had to clarify to people that she is straight. I'm kind of annoyed for her. Can't she have a friend without people thinking it's something else? I mean, come on. People will just say anything. That is ridiculous. Come on, people. Come on. Alright, guys, and we're still waiting for more details about season 18, but word on the street is that Christine's engagement will be in there, and I don't know, maybe there'll be a wedding special. I don't think it's out of the question. Alright, guys, let me know your thoughts on all this, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I will catch you guys next time with more Sister Wives news, updates, and tea. Bye, guys! Major Sister Wives well for all the weird questions. Christine says that her gut reaction is that she doesn't want to invite Mary to her wedding, but Leon, she says, is going. Cody's family, she says, some of them will be coming, which I found strange a little. I think she said that Cody's mom is going. Mary says that she hopes to marry again someone who cherishes her this time. And Janelle ends the whole thing by saying that she probably won't reconcile with Cody. She can't see it. She still has high regard for him, but she doesn't really want to reconcile. And now we get into the final random question of the tell-all, who their celebrity crushes are. So here we go. Janelle's celebrity crush is Gerard Butler. Mary's celebrity crush is Matthew McConaughey. Cody says his celebrity crush is Sophia Loren since he was 6 years old. And Robin's celebrity crush revealed by Cody is Ryan Reynolds. He says, "That's why I have six-pack abs to keep up with the competition." I don't know if he can keep up with Ryan Reynolds. I'm just going to put that out there. Sorry, Cody. It's not really a competition there. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're still listening, you're amazing for listening to all my rants about the tell-alls and for the whole season. I can't believe this is the tell-all finale, but there's more coming up. There's like these specials where I know like Robin like storms off and cries or whatever, and then there's the wedding special, so I'll be back with more recaps for that. But thank you so much for listening the whole way through, and I'll be back with more content. Bye guys. Here are the teasers for Sister Wives Season 18, The Tell-All Part 4, the final part of the tell-all. We made it, guys. We made it. In the first teaser, Cody goes in on Christine when Suki reveals that she said that she didn't think Robin really wanted to live plural marriage. Obviously, this was going to trigger Cody like nothing else. He cannot stand when the wives say anything about Robin. So, well played, Suki. Well played. She clearly was going to unearth the crazy Cody moment. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also like this video and comment with your thoughts. And this was an August 2023 Part 2 update for Sister Wives. Bye, guys! This is a Sister Wives update for August 2023. Huge month of drama for Robin, Janelle, Cody, Mary, and Christine. Season 18, People magazine interviews, wedding drama, European trip, mom shaming, and guess which one said she actually would consider polygamy again? I know, crazy, right? So before I start, please like this video right now and subscribe to my channel. So let's start with Christine Brown. Christine this month released her official engagement pictures with David. They look all loved up in the pictures, and Christine continues to do things she was not able to do with Cody at all, because we all know Christine and Cody barely dated, they just got married, and Christine had called their wedding sad, she hated her dress. So it's time for Christine to have some redemption, some time to shine, so she's doing all the wedding things as she should. Christine revealed to People magazine that she met David, by the way, on a dating app in October 2022. So, not even a year ago. This month, before the big premiere of Season 18, Christine and her daughters, excluding Gwendolyn and her son Peyton, vacationed all over Europe together in Ireland, Scotland, England. Mitch, Aspen's husband, and David joined as well. They even went to Wales and fed alpacas. Like, they did it all. It looked like an epic European vacation. And not sure if this was filmed for the show, but I mean, why wouldn't it have been, right? For the trip, Mykelti actually left her baby twins and daughter Avalon with Tony in Utah and had a child-free vacation, which, by the way, good for her. And to keep up her milk supply, she pumped breast milk throughout the vacation and got immediately shamed for posting this. She has said, "I'm on holiday without my babies. I'm pumping to keep up my supply. I can't donate it in the country." She kind of had a little bit more, I don't know, clout. I don't know. It's weird. It's all about perception, but it did shift after this happened, in my opinion. In a later season, I think season 15, someone had tweeted that Cody calls Robin love, and that he didn't call any of the other wives that. It's true, he used to say love like a million times per episode. And so Janelle responded on Twitter, and she had said, "He calls me sweetheart. I wouldn't want to be called love." Oh, the shade. Not too shady, but like just enough, you know? This was back when they used to live tweet during the show. They don't do that now for obvious reasons. Clearly, Cody and Robin would get roasted on Twitter. Beyond this, in the later season, Things escalated, I mean, for sure, between Janelle and Robin. There was one moment where Cody is working out in Janelle's garage with music, and Janelle says, you know, she needs something harder, like in terms of music. And she confessed that she actually likes Eminem and German industrial rock, which is surprising, honestly. And then in her confessional, Robin was so judgmental. Her face just looked so judgy and, you know, in my opinion, I guess. But she talked about how when they were in Vegas, Janelle used to attend concerts and wore black t-shirts and heavy makeup. Robin was shading Janelle here and acting like a 1950s housewife. Like, who cares about people's music choices? Like, and, you know, the face she made was quite epic. In season 17... the feud escalated again up a notch. Fans spotted Janelle rolling her eyes at Robin during intense discussions about Christine leaving. Obviously, Janelle just sided with the boys in terms of their dislike of Robin and the belief that she had something to do with the rules Cody implemented when, you know, the virus was happening and they said you had to wash your mail or never see your family or something. It was pretty strict. And Janelle just never seemed happy to be even like sitting next to her Hallmark movies with the predictable storylines, the princes from European countries, and the people that always kind of look like Santa in those movies. She's also been doing mundane things like moving water tanks with Garrison, getting her oil changed, and drinking out of her mug that says, "Rescue your own damn self." In terms of Janelle's kids, Savannah turned 19 this month on December 7th, and Logan and his wife Michelle did this so funny denim photo session at JCPenney. Janelle said, "The funniest thing I've seen in a week. My kids are the best, so creative and funny." Michelle and Logan and Michelle's brother and wife had a photo shoot at JCPenney Sunday. Scroll through, I'm dead. Janelle seems to be taking it easy after going on this media tour with Christine in New York and being interviewed with Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood, and Us Weekly. I do have a full video on one of those interviews, so just go look in my videos for that one. And Janelle is just so diplomatic during interviews, and Christine is just ready to tear things up. It's kind of hilarious. They're like yin and yang. So, moral of the story, they don't trust Robin. They kind of admitted to that in those interviews. Speaking of Robin and Cody, In Touch reported this month that they are upgrading their $1 million home in Flagstaff. Yes, that is correct, making it even less likely that they'll be going on Coyote Pass. According to the article, Sister Wives star Cody Brown and wife Robin Brown's Flagstaff, Arizona home is set for a major renovation, as In Touch confirmed. The dad of 18 filed permits to upgrade the $1.8 million property. The reality TV alum, 54, applied for a residential self-issue permit on December 11th, according to records viewed by In Touch. The documentation was approved the same day and will remain valid until June 7th, 2024. The couple, who legally wed in December 2014, seemingly plan on making some major changes, as the permit allows homeowners to re-roof her to ask or call her. There were also fans who thought that Gwendolyn kind of low-key shaded Christine in a video about her parenting a little while ago. Anyways, how many feuds can one family have? We don't know why Gwen didn't go. I'm sure she'll reveal it. But having 18 kids with 18 personalities is definitely messy. OK Magazine said that a publication is claiming that Mary actually does not have an Arizona address, even though she told Robin and Cody, remember, that she would get one to keep in touch or whatever. Apparently, they're saying that Mary's only address listed is the B&B. If that's true, I hope that's right. You all know how I feel about the Mary and Robin toxic relationship and how I'm upset about it. And in more wedding news, a ton of wedding pictures came out, guys. And one thing that was confirmed is that Isabel actually does have a boyfriend. This was soft launched on Instagram. And also Mykelti kind of confirmed it too on her Patreon. So cat's out of the bag. Isabel is in a relationship. And they look really cute together, honestly. And there were other couples there at the wedding. There was Hunter and Audrey, and Mykelti also said that, you know, maybe they'll be the next ones to get married. And there was Logan and Michelle, you know, and I don't know, like, I guess they're all growing up, getting married. I didn't see Gabriel's girlfriend with him, so I don't know what's happening with that one. I mean, people break up, so maybe they did. I don't know really what's going on there. But everyone looked really happy. Mykelti said that they all had to wear like fall colors, so they had very fallish dresses like burnt orange and things like that. And it was just like, it seemed like a very lovely event. Alright guys, so thanks for listening the whole way through. If you like this video, like it, and don't forget to subscribe. I have so much more content on Sister Wives coming up, including Season 9 full recap coming through soon. Bye guys!
Why are you so weird?
I'm the weird one.
I'm trying to get Mary to tell Cody that
Their third teaser, Robin is still crying, and she says it feels disrespectful almost to be happy with Cody at this point, and she seems to be struggling about that. Susie assures her that Christine, Mary, and Janelle all said to her that they want them to be happy. But Robin says that it's just not good enough. It needs to be told to her face off camera, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't know why it needs to be off camera, as if it's like an act when they say that on camera. Like they don't really mean it. I think they actually mean it. Suki says that Robin needs to be released by her other sister wives somehow or something, because she just cannot let go of her quote-unquote commitment to the other wives and kids, even though she ruined their gift exchange and won't really allow her kids to spend time with them, basically, based on what we hear from Mykelti. So this actually doesn't really jive. It doesn't really make sense. She just cannot wrap her head around the fact that their big polygamous family is over. She still imagines that she has these relationships with these women, especially Christine Janelle. I mean, it's crazy to me that she thinks that there's any relationship there. She's in La La Land, denial here, in Tell All Part 3, and I hope you enjoyed my little analysis of the 3 teasers. Let's see what the full episode brings for Sister Wives Season 18, Tell All Part 4, and then we'll have the spin-offs to talk about. But who would you crown the winner of all the tell-alls so far? Honestly, I don't even know. I need to watch the last part to figure all that out for myself. But after my last recap, I will crown a winner of the tell-all who performed, you know, who expressed themselves better, who is the most kind of relatable, because I feel like some of them were kind of dancing around topics and not really answering questions a little bit. Like, you know, give it to me straight, right? So the winner's probably not going to be Robin, to be honest, because I don't think she was honestly that interesting, this tell-all, but stay tuned for that in relationship with Mary. He says, I don't know what to do with a marriage that's eternal, but with no fire. And Robin thinks that if she sticks around long enough, things will work out. Like, Robin, it's been like 84 years. Like, it's not gonna work out. I think everyone's like in denial that it's just over. It's over. Jen's husband apparently is helping Mary out a lot with husband things, like washing her car and things like that. But she says, don't go weird. He and I have a very platonic relationship. So there you have it. She's not like in some other sister wives relationship with Jen. Confirmed. Cody doesn't think Mary has a fulfilling life in Flagstaff, and he wants her to leave, basically. And Mary needs to see these confessionals, honestly, because he's not, I guess, to this point, he's not being direct enough. Maybe, she really needs to hear that he wants her to leave. He is pruning, actually, doing stuff with trees, and says how there's no flicker, no flame with Mary. He's happily married to the love of his life and has all of these other situations, basically making it seem like the others are problems or something to get rid of. Cody says that Janelle doesn't want to reconcile. They talk on the phone once in a while, that the only way he sees reconciliation with Janelle is if she gets away from Christine, because he kind of makes it seem like Christine is like a bad influence on Janelle. Like she's like, a friend that's like leading her down the wrong path or something like that. Christine got a rental in Flagstaff and is doing another Easter here for Gabriel and Garrison, basically, because they weren't able to come to Utah. Cody says that he was trying to make the boys more accountable, whatever that means. Like, what is he talking about? Garrison says that he proposed that Cody come to his house as like a neutral ground, but Cody said no and wanted them to come to him, but that's Robin's house, so it's more complicated. So Garrison won't go there. It's a whole thing, but it's like a war. Cody says Christine is not loyal, but Robin is. And Janelle tells Chris is living with David out of wedlock at the moment. I mean, they're engaged. And I mean, the audacity, if this is true, the audacity. I mean, Cody literally was courting a fourth wife while Christine was pregnant, and technically 3 of his wives were out of wedlock. So the whole wedlock argument doesn't really have legs for him. But anyways, we don't know who the insider is. Like, we always have to take articles like this, like, kind of with a skeptical eye, right? Alright guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with more content. Bye guys! Can we just have a quick Sister Wives update about the pictures from Savannah Brown's graduation? Because it looks like the most awkward family situation ever. There were clearly 2 very divided groups at this graduation. I'm sure you could have probably cut the tension with a knife in Flagstaff that day. So in this corner, you had Cody with really bouncy curls that day, by the way. He did show up for his little girl, as he should. There's no way to confirm if Robin was there or not. I mean, people could just want to not be in pictures and stuff like that. And in the other corner, you have basically people who have very tense and strained relationships with Cody in various ways for various reasons. There's Gwendolyn, who has been holding nothing back on her YouTube channel, calling him manipulative and admitting that she's not a fan of Robin, and it's not even clear if he's going to even go to her wedding. We have Garrison and Gabriel. This played out on the show. They literally butted heads with Cody since the pandemic. Cody seemed super kind of cold towards them, in my opinion, not understanding that they wanted social lives as young men, and kind of insisted that they just up and move out or whatever. There's just a lot of anger on her taxes. Notice she's not saying the family's taxes. She's doing her own. So maybe Cody and Robin got their own accountant now. But she got her highlighters ready. But just like all of us, she's procrastinating on that. She says, "It's tax prep weekend for me. Ready to get my stuff prepped for my accountant." And yes, I love highlighters for paperwork. But the interesting phenomenon is, as soon as I begin this task, all of a sudden, the closet clean out, cleaning projects, and room organizing that haven't been on the priority list become urgent and interesting. Same girl, same. We are all on the procrastination bandwagon. So this month, Janelle was also at Gwen's wedding in Flagstaff. Most of her kids were there except for her two girls, Maddie and Savannah. But she did see Maddie and Savannah because we know that Janelle had to go get Savannah from Maddie in North Carolina and bring her all the way home. And we also saw Janelle and Maddie go live to discuss how Janelle thinks her phone is listening to her because when they were talking about something, she got a coupon for it on her phone randomly. This was like a Janelle conspiracy theory mode live. It was short, but it was highly entertaining. And, you know, they probably do listen to us. Like, let's not lie. And also, we potentially got a first look at Gabriel's new girlfriend, unless I'm totally spacing out, but I don't think I've seen this girl before. Anyways, there is a girl in this picture sitting on Gabriel's lap, and Gabriel was here hanging out with Hunter and Logan and some friends. And now, let's go to Mary. Mary mentioned on Fridays with Friends that she's probably going to New York soon. She also recently went to her parents' gravesite and shared her feelings with Instagram, which was sad. She said, "Quick pit stop on today's travels. Miss these two amazing humans. Miss their wisdom, their laughter, their love. Nothing feels as lonely some days as when you don't have mom and dad with you. Nothing can replace them. So many sweet memories of them will live on, and hopefully I can share a small spark of their light with the world." Mary also posted something.
It's a very, very like self-deprecating situation. How his anger was a turnoff for Robin, apparently. I mean, yeah, it is a turnoff to be like super angry and weird in confessionals like that. Any woman would run the heck away, right? Well, basically, Cody was oversharing with Robin, probably more than he was in his confessionals. I mean, can you imagine? But in this teaser, Cody's interview was way more interesting than Robin's, I do have to say, in this teaser. In another teaser, Christine talks about how she doesn't trust Robin because she does one thing and then says another, which she has actually said this in interviews. This is not new information. Christine distrusts because Robin says she wants a big family and how she's mourning and everything, but then does all these separate things with Cody. It just does not make sense. Suki is like, how can you have a relationship with Robin if you don't trust her? Like, Suki, really? Have you watched the darn show, Suki? Christine already told Robin, like last season, that she doesn't want a relationship. Christine says, no, I will not have a relationship with Robin. But she doesn't blame Robin for everything going wrong either. That's more of a group blame situation. And Mary says that her relationship with Robin is getting figured out, whatever that means, but obviously they're not as close as before. I mean, after Robin's freak out, I would question things too. She says things are different, and emotionally, Mary's just not 100% there yet to be friends with her ex-husband's wife. Totally get that. Mary says, I'm single. I don't have sister wives. And Mary talks about how Jen, her BFF, has her back 100%, but the other wives don't. But then she says Robin does. So basically she means Christine and Janelle don't have her back, basically, which no, they don't. I feel like there's no love lost between them, and it's because of past stuff, which hasn't been fully revealed. In another teaser, Mary accuses Cody of not telling her how he felt for a long time, leaving her to pine for him. And she says that when Cody told Robin in the finale that they had an agreement,
she feared either. You know, like that's kind of like how I interpreted that. But either way, I've been seeing it on Twitter, basically, like how people thought this episode was boring. They were bored to tears. I think this might be like, I don't know, like new viewers or something like that, because Sister Wives has always been like slightly mundane and boring, but it's kind of the beauty of it. Like, it's not like Real Housewives where they, you know, it's like super action packed and stuff. And I actually don't mind it. The repeating of stories, though, like, whoa, I draw the line. And, like, maybe the thing with the trees was too much this episode, but either way, this was Sister Wives, Season 18, Episode 12. The title was, I mean, something about trees. But anyways, I'll be back next week with a new recap. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys! Let's talk about the teasers for Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 13. The episode is called The Elephant in the Room. And the elephant in the room is on a Zoom call because in the first teaser, I was super shocked to see such an awkward Zoom call screen with Cody and Robin smug over there, Gabe right next to them, Madison who cut off Cody. There are so many landmines at Mykelti's virtual gender reveal. It's crazy. And Cody's just smiling away like literally nothing happened. We are in the Sister Wives Twilight Zone, guys. They all think it's going to be a boy and a girl. And by the way, we learned from Mykelti that this confessional that you see here was filmed a lot later because they felt like they wanted to be able to tell things from their side, their perspective. They're also super skinny here and are on a health journey. There's a huge difference in their appearance from the show clips to this confessional. That being said, I think the Zoom is a little shady. Could they not have done two different ones? Why subject, let's say, Gabe to Cody smiling in his face on this Zoom? I mean, it's awkward. From that too, please bring Mary into the spin-off conversation. And finally, an E! News teaser. They released a clip showing kind of the beginnings of the Janelle and Cody big fight scene. We're all definitely tuning in for this in episode 3, and the conversation is a lot about the boys, and Janelle is really standing up for herself here. She's triggered by Cody putting the blame on her and explicitly telling her, you know, this is on you, Janelle, which is of course not true. So Janelle says that Cody should call the boys and talk to them. Why is he putting her in the middle of everything? She says he's the parent too. Cody says the phone goes both ways. Okay, but I mean, Cody's the parent. I would not expect my kid to call me to resolve things. That's kind of weird. Janelle says, you always flip these things on me. And he says, it belongs on you, Janelle. Oh, dang. Janelle was not ready or did not want to accept that at all. She then says, why does it belong on me? Why does it belong on me? Oh no, like things are going, you can see things are going downhill from here. And he says, because you didn't support my stand when we had the virus rules. I mean, biggest eye roll ever. This again? Can we not about the rules? I just cannot. The dang rules about wiping your mail. I mean, come on. Janelle says that he had told her at the time to choose her loyalty or she wouldn't have a husband. So she says, what am I supposed to do? Choose between you and my children? Cody says, you're gaslighting me. And Janelle says, no, you're gaslighting me. Gaslighting is such a buzzword right now. I don't even know. And Janelle is like, whatever I did, it just was not good enough. And then that clip stops, but we know things escalate, and I can see how. Now it's another clip. Okay, so there's so many teasers, it's really hard to keep track, but there's actually a clip posted, I think it's anyways, on another website, and then it links to a TLC clip where Cody says that he was there because they weren't aware that I was like, yeah, you can come. So a few people were like, how dare you show up? But other than that, it was fine. Those people didn't say it to his face. Nobody says bad things to people's faces. They just gossip about it behind their backs. I mean, such a healthy communication style, right? That is not good. It's not good. So number 3, Gwen said that Robin and Cody basically didn't hang out with anyone at the wedding. They were just kind of there. Maybe to just say they were there, I don't know. The only person they really interacted with in the end was Mykelti. I guess she still has this loyalty to Robin from babysitting her kids early on. Gwen says Mykelti is basically one of the only kids that have a relationship with like Robin and Cody, I guess. Maybe there's more, but super awkward though to just not talk to anyone else and just kind of sit there in the background. They did help with Mykelti's kids apparently, which was nice. I mean, it can't be easy for Mykelti to keep a relationship with Robin. Number 2, there was an awkward hug with Robin, apparently. Gwen said that she figures Robin was surprised that she hugged her, but she thought it was good to extend an olive branch because after all, like, she was her guest, she was invited. Gwen had said, when I did give her a hug, she like stepped aside and looked like she expected me to like push her away and go around her. I felt a little bad. Robin, I would not be surprised that she feels like enemy number 1, and hopefully she does not look at social media comments or articles online. But I also remember once she went like live with Mary on Instagram and she had made a comment like, oh yeah, you're gonna get like really bad comments now that I'm here. So I think she's kind of like aware of what people are saying about her online and stuff. And number 1, Gwen said he came, he didn't cause a fight, and most importantly, he didn't do his scary wedding dance. So I count this as a win. So there you go. No Cody wedding dance. The water anymore, so it's not even actually a pond anymore. So it is what it is. They're having fun over there. It's like a little filler clip there. And Christine is frustrated because Cody's stringing people along. Janelle says, I still have affection for Cody, but I need to grow. But Christine really thinks that he's stringing Mary along, he's stringed her along, and now he's stringing Janelle along. Mary says that it's easier for her to be at the B&B, and she's stressed out about everything. She just doesn't want it to look like she's leaving for some reason. So Mary says that she cares so much and wants it to work out with Cody, and this is something that he has committed to as well. And Cody said, you know, he has not talked to Janelle in 6 weeks, and he's wanting to get back together with Janelle. So I'm not really understanding why, if you wanted to get back together with someone, you wouldn't talk to them for 6 weeks. So why would you do that? Make it make sense. Why has he not talked to Janelle in 6 weeks? Janelle says that, you know, she feels fine with her decision. They have a covenant, though, that their marriage is beyond death even. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with that, but she doesn't want to be married anymore. Christine doesn't think that Janelle's done yet with Cody. They talk about how Cody's not the same person anymore, how he used to be more courageous. Janelle says he used to be bold, dynamic, and now he's advocating for patriarchy. Like, what the heck is happening? Mary says this is not the happy-go-lucky Cody Brown that I used to know. He's just not who I married. And I think that happens to a lot of couples. The guy completely changes, you know, it's a whole thing. And Cody says, you know what, we've all changed, not just him. Yeah, but I mean, even his eye color changed. I agree, though, that this is not the Cody Brown from season 1. Who is this person, even? We don't know. Mary says she's not buying that he's so sad about the family going downhill, because then why is he not doing something about it then? Robin says Cody's gonna do what Cody's gonna do. I mean, why is he not for Robin this season? And there are a lot of looks throughout the years that Janelle she just can't hide it. I mean, it is what it is. And of course, Janelle threw shade at Robin at the tell-all this season, saying she's so tired of quote-unquote Counselor Robin. Oh, your pain, your pain. So yeah, it just feels like Janelle's even more angry at Robin for everything now. So it is what it is. The feud lives on. I don't think we should ever expect these two to be like friends or anything like that. And I hope you enjoyed my Sister Wives, Janelle and Robin in-depth report on their ongoing frenemy feud. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching the whole way through. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives content. Bye guys! This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 12. In this episode, Christine throws a party, Janelle and Cody get awkward in her new apartment, and Mary turns her life into a tree metaphor. Oh, and Janelle uses the term poop in a group, and no one knows what that means, like at all. I've looked it up. I mean, what does that mean? First, Christine is having a 50s birthday party for her 50th birthday. There's a food truck. So many kids showed up to celebrate. We see Aspen, Peyton, Garrison, Gabriel, Savannah, Mykelti, Isabel. Truly, Christine loves being single and admits to dating, but for quote-unquote fun. Janelle supports Christine dating. She knows that Christine has been looking for a good partner for so long, and Cody just wasn't fulfilling that at all. I mean, at all. No, now hold the phone, because we learned that Mykelti told Robin and Cody first about the fact that she was pregnant with twins because she needed help, apparently, whatever that means. I think we all collectively cringed inside at the screen when she said that. Telling Robin before your mom, Mykelti, Johnny Appleseed, if you guys remember. Hunter Elias Brown. Word on the street is that Hunter also lives in Vegas. He works in healthcare. He has his master's in nursing from Johns Hopkins. And he has a girlfriend named Audrey. And this month, Hunter celebrated Audrey's birthday by bringing her to see Kelly Clarkson in concert. Actually, Gabriel and Logan were there too, and Hunter was also at Gwendolyn's wedding holding babies and all that too. He's also a fun uncle. So next, let's go to the oldest daughter of Janelle and Cody, Madison. So Maddie still lives in North Carolina with her husband Caleb and their family. Her baby Josephine, her third child, she calls her Joey, just turned 6 months old. This month, she went on a trip out of town with Caleb and his coworkers, I guess at like some retreat. And she said that apparently their truck was broken into during the night. So fun times, not. Madison sells for Plexus along with her mom, Janelle, and Janelle often visits Maddie, honestly. Actually, they were just together because Janelle went live randomly on Instagram for like just a few minutes to share a story that they were talking about something out loud, and couldn't believe that like the next day a coupon came up on their phone for the same thing they were talking about. Cue the conspiracy theories about our phones listening to us. It was a short live and it was interesting, but evidence that Janelle and Maddie were together. Now let's go to Garrison. So Garrison recently went to Italy. I don't know if this was a solo trip or not, but he went to the Colosseum and spent time in Rome. We know that. He's still into photography, and word on the street is that Garrison may have a girlfriend, but he probably wants to keep her off social media. Who knows? I mean, people have varying degrees of needs in terms of privacy, right? Next, let's go to Gabe. So Gabriel is still in Flagstaff. He seems to hang out with Janelle a lot and helps her out with her trailer. Very likely still. Christine recalls that they did a personality test at one point, and there's this whole segment. I did not expect this. I remember they did a personality test in like 2013 with Nancy when they first met her. So I'm assuming this is what we're talking about right now. Apparently, there was some behind the scenes drama with the test because Robin's personality type apparently loves drama, talking about drama, and on the flip side, just loves listening to drama. Christine had called out Robin as dramatic, and Robin was so upset about it that she came over to her house to kind of sort things out and talk about it. You know, and despite thinking this was all in the past, well, Christine thought it was all in the past, Robin kept bringing it up. Robin says, I never took her personality test, and then says, oh, maybe she did, but she doesn't remember taking the test. And Christine didn't know me well, she says, but I don't really understand what she's trying to get out of the test thing somehow. She says, if someone said I did a test, they answered the questions for me. Really? Mary talks about how it's weird to have a relationship with your ex-husband's wife, and she's navigating that whole thing, and she insinuates that her ex-sister wives, basically referring to Janelle and Christine, talk crap about her. Probably true. Everyone agrees that they're not really sister wives anymore, except Robin. Robin freaks out that Suki even called Mary her ex-sister wife. She says, please don't call her that. She was going to straight up lose it in this moment. Robin still calls Janelle, Christine, and Mary her sister wives. Oh, the delusion in this. And I'm pretty sure I'd seen in something that this was the end of the one-on-one, but then in the next time clip, I mean, there's more one-on-one stuff. So, I don't know. I guess we're still doing the one-on-one next week. So, I just hope they have a little bit more interesting stuff to say next week. I don't know. This episode was kind of long to watch, honestly. Agreed with me. But I mean, now that more of the wives left, the poor graphic designer at TLC that has to figure this out, like, how do they do the group shot? Well, apparently in a rainbow shape with broken glass cracks everywhere. I guess this is a metaphor, but it really looks like a horror movie poster, like all the cracks and everything. It's a mess. Robin is, in her picture, looking far away somewhere like she's daydreaming about her porch with her sister wives and grandkids. That's never gonna happen, you know? I don't know, but why couldn't she be looking somewhere even remotely close to the camera? Also, these look awfully familiar, almost like they're recycled pictures from last season, because they probably were not into getting together for another photo shoot or something like that. I don't know. The new teaser, I guess teaser part 2, needs to also be broken down because they released it, and historically the teaser basically shows us the big moments. There's rarely been like huge surprises with these teasers. Typically it looks like some of the season is taking place around Christmas, but I mean, is it last Christmas? It cannot be Christmas 2021 or I will freak out. And still no David in the teasers yet. The new trailer that they just released starts with Christine basically saying point blank that she left because Cody had favorites. No one is surprised by this, but I'm surprised that it sounded like she said favorites, like plural. Who is the other favorite? I feel like she still meant only Robin. Maybe that was like just kind of like a slip, but anyways, just something I noticed. Mary says that she heard Cody refer to her as a friend. Like, Mary at this point is still holding on for some reason, grasping at anything at this point, and I cannot wait until the moment on the show where we don't need to watch these moments and she just wakes up and gets the heck away from Cody. He does not deserve you, Mary. And the confessionals, season 18, episode 6, they're really good. And guess what? There are four teasers, guys. I'll also talk about the description for episode 7. Teaser 1. Cody and Janelle meet for the first time since their big Christmas fight where Janelle told Cody F you. And they're back at the same restaurant that Christine and Cody met at in episode 1. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's the Mexican place with the red walls. This teaser is from People magazine, and it starts with Janelle basically saying that Cody needs to be a man and stop saying that the relationship is crap because Christine left. This is a new outfit for Janelle, by the way, in her confessional, and from the sounds of it, it probably was filmed after she left Cody because the gloves are off in this confessional. She says, "Separate your relationships and pay attention." The awkward silence at the restaurant is so deafening and cringe. It's so awkward. Janelle says that she wants to stay separated for now. Cody is shocked for some reason. She does offer the idea of counseling and says that she's not throwing in the towel yet, but she wants to be separate so she can clearly think about what she needs out of the relationship moving forward. And then Cody goes on the same old tangent about how Christine blindsided him. And Janelle says in her confessional she's not buying that because she says, and I quote, "He's been telling me for years that he wasn't attracted to Christine and that he was struggling in their marriage." Janelle says, "I would have left his ass the first time he said that to me." Boom! I love this new confessional vibe for Janelle, honestly. She's way more aggressive with it, let's say. I mean, staying in a relationship where your husband is literally telling the world and other wives that he's not attracted to you, I can't think of anything more degrading. It's beyond. I mean, come on. Anyone with self-respect would have left. Cody can't say a thing. And by the way, Christine is so pretty. I think she's gorgeous. Much as well, she opened up about bullying in her family. Tony said that in Vegas, he had witnessed Mykelti being excluded a lot. Apparently, her two biggest adversaries in the family when she was younger were Leon and Madison. But later in life, they talked about everything and now have a great relationship. But honestly, poor Mykelti. So Tony says he doesn't find it far-fetched that Robin's kids would have been bullied and that they're quote-unquote soft compared to the OG3 kids. She also called out Mary in the tell-all. In the part where Mary kind of insinuated that she didn't cheat during the catfish era, and Mykelti said to the screen, "You did though." She definitely considered that cheating in Mykelti's mind. So speaking of Mary, she just came back from Michigan where she spent Thanksgiving with her friend Blair and his family and friends. And Blair did say in her comments, "See you in a few weeks." So moral of the story, Mary's friends are being there for her and are a strong support system during the holidays this year. Jen, her best friend, is also very there at all times. I saw in a live they did at the bed and breakfast. They were there with a bunch of other ladies with Worthy Up sweatshirts. Not sure if this was another retreat, but Mary promises that there is more where that came from in the whole Worthy Up thing she's doing. I would not be surprised if in 2024 Mary has a book coming out and she tries to be some type of motivational speaker or influencer. Let's just see where this is all going with the Worthy Up. And Mary dyed her hair red. I was going to dye my own hair red, and now I kind of feel like I would be copying Mary or something, but I digress. And sometimes when we change our hair, we also are making big changes. I feel a bit bad for Mary because she doesn't have many connections in the family anymore, and I'm not sure she even has that much contact with Leon. I don't see them together that often. She's kind of on her own island, guys. Like, what do you guys think about that? Janelle, let's go to Janelle now. So Janelle is in her element this holiday season. Watching goes on a tangent about how Cody is different now and that she doesn't feel steady anymore and she wants to keep sticking it out with Mary. And no, just no, like hard no. Really, you're gonna ask Mary to stick this out and suffer? Really? And in the next preview, this is by Us Magazine, it says, Mary Brown claims Kody Brown won't give a crap about her moving to Utah in Sister Wives preview. Probably accurate, to be honest. And this is more of that scene with Mary and Robin, where Robin says she wants Mary around, and Mary says she's scared. Mary says that, yeah, Kody won't give a crap, and she's scared that he'll interpret her kind of move-ish as the fact that she's leaving. It would be perceived that way anyway. Robin probably should have said something like, well, I'll remind him that that's just not the case. But she just kind of stares with like a look on her face. And Robin does cry and admits that it must be hard for Mary to be waiting for Kody all the time. And here is my thought. Kody says he wants loyalty. Mary is offering loyalty to him. And, so aside from the catfish thing, which might have been really a deal breaker, but Mary's offering loyalty and he does not care. And with People magazine, in their spoiler, Mary and Janelle now are eating at the same restaurant that we've seen in basically all the episodes. The one with the red walls, the Mexican restaurant. And Christine says that she initially didn't know how final things were with Janelle and Kody when they had the big fight over Christmas. Janelle says that she didn't even know how serious it was either. And Christine seems to think that Janelle's not done yet, that she still has a lot of affection for him. Janelle says that Christine thought that she was getting the raw end of the deal for a long time. Janelle says that if Kody changed, she would want a full marriage with him again, but that's probably unrealistic. He is who he is now, and they both agree that he's so different, vastly different, and this is something that's also obvious to fans. Even his eye color seems to have changed for some reason. That Christine and Kody had an argument, and Christine says that Kody said that they weren't going to be intimate anymore. And it was really the kiss of death to their marriage. Christine started packing up his stuff immediately, etc. So Kody wanted Janelle to buy Christine's house, but Janelle wanted to do her own thing. She wanted her own house, and Janelle ended up living in an RV on Coyote Pass to try to push things forward on the property. She also lived in an apartment for some time, and seems like some of her pushing for Coyote Pass may have worked, because according to reports, 2 plots of land now have been paid for. So the door may be open for Janelle to build a home there, but does she still want to do that now that she's separated from Kody? I don't know what's gonna happen, but as of now, Janelle lives somewhere in Flagstaff that has a good patio. She said, "The place I'm living now has a great patio. I've always wanted a great patio where it wasn't so blazing hot Vegas so you could sit outside. So I splurged on some patio furniture this year, and I'm loving my coffee on the patio. This is a cool, peaceful Sunday morning." So who knows if Janelle will end up building on Coyote Pass or not at this point, but, we want her to be happy where she is. Christine then ended up in a townhouse in Utah, her first place as a single woman, and recently bought a brand spanking new house with her fiance David. This is a whirlwind romance. I'm not sure they've known each other a year yet. Not sure about that. She and David got this house for $770,000 in March 2023, according to reports. And we know that she's looking to build a lot of fun stuff in the backyard for the grandkids. That's the idea. She wants a large counter when she can have a cool drink setup for entertaining, plus a hot tub, shed, fire pit, a garden. She also wants a playground for the grandkids with a sunken trampoline and a spot for RVs. Who knows, maybe so that Janelle can park hers there. Who knows? They are also building a bigger deck in the back, and overall everyone's extreme.
Her moving her business up there does not mean she's not still committed.
Hi guys, this is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 8, called The Writing on the Wall. The episode starts and Cody and Robin get to Mary's house, and Cody has to walk back to the car and says, "My hair looks kinda crazy. I better get my glasses to hold it." Like, I don't know why this was necessary, and it's kind of weird because they don't often show them arriving to someone's home, walking in, but they totally did in this scene. And we know this is the big scene of the episode. Mary is still very much in denial that her relationship with Cody is donezo, and she's about to basically kind of embarrass herself here a little bit. She says she doesn't have a lot of hope for his reaction, but it would be pretty cool if this was a slap in the face realization. Wishful thinking at best, Mary. Cody has hope for Janelle, but Mary, not so much. Mary has this sign in the kitchen that immediately caught my attention. Do you guys see it? It says, "If we have complete control over our family somewhere down the line, we have gone terribly wrong," which is interesting. Mary asks if everything's going okay? And Cody says, "Everything's good. Everything's going good." Even Robin had to make a face to show that is the opposite of the truth. Cody goes on about how he feels like he can't show his love for Robin because this is not a safe space for us. So Mary nervously starts to tell them she's downsizing in Flagstaff and that she's moving her clothing business to Utah. And I just can't help but notice how much Robin and Cody are just looking at each other in this scene the whole time. I kind of find it hard to believe that they didn't plan their reaction here or something, or discuss this before. Cody's reaction is, "Cool, that's good, right? Unless it's because you have to." Sure enough, he does not give a flying you-know-what. Robin is crying in her confessional because she thinks, he should give her hope to hold on to, even though there's no hope at all, at all. And Mary then discovered they could afford to build on Coyote Pass with no infrastructure whatsoever there. So just deciding which plot of land they would all get, who will be in the trees, seemed like a never-ending saga for seasons and seasons. Christine ended up buying a house in Flagstaff, and initially, Janelle, Mary, and Robin rented. Mary and Janelle lived in multiple rentals there. Mary had one rental where she had to move out because of angry neighbors. The next one she had an elevator. It was gorgeous, but the driveway looked really hard to go up. And there was another one that was really nice, but she recently moved out of that one. And honestly, she seems to have moved out of Flagstaff and moved to Utah near or at her B&B Lizzie's Heritage Inn. But this is kind of based on fans seeing Mary with moving stuff or whatever. Mary's never confirmed anything. It's probably going to be on the next season. We just suspect that she does live in Parowan, Utah now. Lizzie's Heritage Inn used to be owned by Mary's ancestors. She had said at the grand opening on Instagram, "This is an old family home of mine, built by my great-great-grandparents in 1970 and occupied by 4 generations until it sold out of the family in the 1980s. So it was a dream to get it back in the family." Robin ended up buying an almost $1 million house, and the down payment was paid for, according to Janelle, in part with the money she had from the sale of her Vegas house, which is pretty controversial. It's huge inside Robin's house. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom house in Flagstaff. It sits on multiple acres of land, has 2 master suites, a 4-car garage, and a really nice kitchen. So this is where Cody spends most of his time, clearly, and in my opinion, it's the most luxurious option. So then, when things fell apart between Christine and Cody, she sold her house in Flagstaff. The house had a great view and 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. It's there where Cody and Christine had the infamous argument while he was like installing a door to stop the cat from going into certain areas of her trailer. If you liked Gabriel then, you'll really like him now because he seems to be really stepping up to the plate for his mom. And also worth mentioning, Garrison's usually there too helping, but Garrison's actually traveling in Italy at the moment. He went to Rome and saw the Colosseum. So he's on, like, I don't know if it's a solo trip or what. Janelle gave an update on her trailer and said, the trailer is ready to go for the summer. Yes, it took a few weeks. Some of it was finding the time to break away and drive up there. Even though once I hit the road, I'm always glad I did. Some of it is the self-doubt that still creeps in and tells me I'm crazy for breaking out of my routine and trying something really outside my box. Telling myself that it's hard, it's so much easier to stay here and to do the same old, but there is so much waiting for us when we step out. I wonder why we overthink and overworry the things designed to bring joy and offer even more empowerment. Tawanda. She's been saying Tawanda a lot. It's like live life to the fullest type of situation. All right, so good for Janelle. Very excited for her. Meanwhile, Christine went to Disneyland in California again with David, Truly, and Isabel, and they looked like they had fun family time there. She said, had a blast in California Adventure and Disneyland. Club 33 was awesome. Let me know what Club 33 is. I have no idea. Christine was just in California, though, like a month ago, so she's repeating the trip, I guess? Last time she went to Universal Studios, so interesting that she's back a few weeks later, but this time with Isabel. Anyways, Fan did have a lot to say about 13-year-old Truly, and how she was kind of leaning away from David in a picture and looked bored in another picture. But I think people forget that Truly is 13, and you know, teenagers all act like all sorts of ways and all sorts of moods all the time. So, and also, yeah, like I am sure she's adjusting to having a new father figure in her life, like a stepdad, and also in the public. So everything's like under a microscope. Christine also went with her girls to get supplies to tailor Gwendolyn's wedding dress recently. And surprise, Gwendolyn went live in the store. And Christine tried to act cool, but it did kind of seem like the live was like sprung onto them. They probably didn't expect to go live in like a store, like a random store. But it was entertaining to watch. Gwendolyn also received this art from Audrey, as in Leo's fiancé. It's a pretty drawing of her and her fiancé, B. Not sure when Gwen is getting married, but probably also soon. And hey, if they did like a joint wedding with Christine and David, that would save on cost. Could you imagine TV Gold? I think TV Gold, that thing. But yeah, honestly, people do think that maybe Gwen had a secret wedding. So, I don't know what's true, what's not. Speaking of Truly, seems like her school is at walking distance from Christine and David's new house. Christine posted this picture, which apparently is on the way to the school. And yeah, wheat fields, guys, wheat fields are on the way. So, let's go to Mary. So, Mary had a pretty big month. She literally escaped the Sister Wives drama and went all the way to the UK on her own and documented the whole thing on Instagram. She was there on some type of business retreat trip, but also a solo trip. Super exciting. So she went to Paddington Station and somehow is obsessed with Paddington Bear, by the way. Did not know this about Mary. She went to Buckingham Palace and said that she felt uncomfortable taking pictures in front of someone's house. But then, you know, people from the UK were like, yeah, no one lives there anymore, so not an issue there. She went on a double-decker bus, saw Big Ben. She even went to Stonehenge and says that she's been obsessed with Stonehenge for like most of her life. She met some horse and probably traveled by horse-drawn carriage, went to the White Tower, and even took a picture with this man. I'm sure mixed in some business in there too. I saw she was like working out with a group and like sitting down with a group. I don't know. But at the end of her big trip to the U is living with David out of wedlock at the moment. I mean, they're engaged. And I mean, the audacity, if this is true, the audacity. I mean, Cody literally was courting a fourth wife while Christine was pregnant, you know, and technically 3 of his wives were out of wedlock, so the whole wedlock argument doesn't really have legs for him. But anyways, we don't know who the insider is. Like, we always have to take articles like this, like, kind of with a skeptical eye, right? Alright guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with more content. Bye guys! Can we just have a quick Sister Wives update about the pictures from Savannah Brown's graduation? Because it looks like the most awkward family situation ever. There were clearly 2 very divided groups at this graduation. I'm sure you could have probably cut the tension with a knife in Flagstaff that day. So in this corner, you had Cody with really bouncy curls that day, by the way. He did show up for his little girl, as he should. There's no way to confirm if Robin was there or not. I mean, people could just want to not be in pictures and stuff like that. And in the other corner, you have basically people who have very tense and strained relationships with Cody in various ways for various reasons. There's Gwendolyn, who has been holding nothing back on her YouTube channel, calling him manipulative and admitting that she's not a fan of Robin, and it's not even clear if he's going to even go to her wedding. We have Garrison and Gabriel. This played out on the show. They literally butted heads with Cody since the pandemic. Cody seemed super kind of cold towards them, in my opinion, not understanding that they wanted social lives as young men, and kind of insisted that they just up and move out or whatever. There's just a lot of anger on her Hallmark movies with the predictable storylines, the princes from European countries, and the people that always kind of look like Santa in those movies. She's also been doing mundane things like moving water tanks with Garrison, getting her oil changed, and drinking out of her mug that says, "Rescue your own damn self." In terms of Janelle's kids, Savannah turned 19 this month on December 7th, and Logan and his wife Michelle did this so funny denim photo session at JCPenney. Janelle said, "The funniest thing I've seen in a week. My kids are the best, so creative and funny." Michelle and Logan and Michelle's brother and wife had a photo shoot at JCPenney Sunday. Scroll through, I'm dead. Janelle seems to be taking it easy after going on this media tour with Christine in New York and being interviewed with Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood, and Us Weekly. I do have a full video on one of those interviews, so just go look in my videos for that one. And Janelle is just so diplomatic during interviews, and Christine is just ready to tear things up. It's kind of hilarious. They're like yin and yang. So, moral of the story, they don't trust Robin. They kind of admitted to that in those interviews. Speaking of Robin and Cody, In Touch reported this month that they are upgrading their $1 million home in Flagstaff. Yes, that is correct, making it even less likely that they'll be going on Coyote Pass. According to the article, Sister Wives star Cody Brown and wife Robin Brown's Flagstaff, Arizona home is set for a major renovation, as In Touch confirmed. The dad of 18 filed permits to upgrade the $1.8 million property. The reality TV alum, 54, applied for a residential self-issue permit on December 11th, according to records viewed by In Touch. The documentation was approved the same day and will remain valid until June 7th, 2024. The couple, who legally wed in December 2014, seemingly plan on making some major changes as the permit allows homeowners to reroute at the moment. She was married to Kody Brown for nearly 26 years. And, let us know she was in a relationship a hot second ago in February, and now she's engaged, like literally getting married any moment. I can only imagine what Peyton, her son, thought of all this. He publicly said that he thinks they're moving fast, and that apparently other people in the family think so too. There's like concern. Anyways, everyone's happy for Christine, with some people just slightly concerned about how fast they're going and stuff. But from what I see in my comments, everyone's very supportive of what's going on, even though it is really fast. I mean, it's going to be good TV, right? Very good. Season 18, here we come, right? All right, thanks so much for listening the whole way through, guys. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Bye! This is an update on the oldest kids from Sister Wives, a Where Are They Now update for April 2023. Let's catch up with Hunter, Maddie, Gwendolyn, Mykelti, Peyton, Savannah, and even Leo. Let's start with Hunter, Janelle and Cody's second oldest son, a fan favorite for sure. Hunter recently brought his girlfriend to dinner with his family. Her name is Audrey, and she's becoming more and more of a fixture at family events. According to People magazine, Hunter first shared a photo with Audrey on Instagram in November 2021. He teased their relationship, calling the photo a pretty girl appreciation post. So they've been a couple probably for like roughly 2 years. Hunter is also local-ish, according to Janelle, and so he's able to join his mom and even Christine a lot more recently. He's officially adulting, guys, and you know what? Hunter always spoke his mind and famously called Mary and Robin lazy on a camping trip in season 3. Do you guys remember? He was the one in the family who arguably adjusted the worst to Vegas. But regardless, he still succeeded in life. Hunter graduated with a master's in nursing from Johns Hopkins University. And it's ironic that Hunter hated Vegas because, according to an article by Screen Rant, they seem to think that Hunter moved back to Vegas and works as a nurse there. That may be. He says Christine doesn't know Robin at all. She never tried. I don't know about that. Like, really? She doesn't know her at all? He says that Christine was a terrible sister wife, but she's probably going to be a good wife to David, but she wasn't a fit for him. And for 1,000 reasons, she wasn't good in polygamy. 1,000, guys. 1,000 whole reasons. Really? Suki didn't like that statement, actually. She's kind of biting her lip. And he says anything Christine says about Robin is sour grapes. And now he's angry. So good for you, Suki. You activated Kody. He goes on to say that he'll only believe that Christine is in love with David after she stops talking about his dear Robin. I don't understand the association, but I guess until then, he doesn't really buy it. What a weird veiled threat or something. It's just a weird thing to say, that he'll only believe their love is real when she stops talking about Robin. So this implies he doesn't really think Christine and David are the real deal. Christine says that she was in her kitchen at one point and she realized that how she feels about David is how Kody feels about Robin. And now she understands why they never wanted to leave each other, which is a weird revelation to have for sure. There's a sadness about that though, you know, like she realizes, oh yeah, we didn't have love. Janelle says that she thinks that Kody wants to move forward as a monogamous now, and that if he does go back to polygamy, she will owe Suki $1,000. So she's a betting woman. She also admits that Kody and Robin found something that works for them. I don't know, like I'm sad for Janelle that she has to say basically that her husband has someone he loves and she's not that person. It's sad. Do you guys think here she is alone, her husband is in love with someone else, and she appears to be fine with it, but I'm sure she's lonely, and not to mention, Cody's not exactly helping her a lot with the kids, so she's alone in that too. And that sucks. To ask him about symptoms, but forgot that it was his birthday. All in all, don't understand why Cody isn't more attentive to his relationships with his older children. I mean, they're amazing. It was hard to see them not understand each other at all. Another son that Cody is kind of feuding with is Garrison, Janelle's other son, who also had a lot to say about the rules. Garrison argued that he also wanted to have a social life, during the pandemic, and Cody insisted that he should move out. But Janelle wanted him to stay home so he could save for a house, which is totally understandable. Any mom would do that. Garrison actually did buy a house in Arizona. He's a homeowner of a 4-bedroom and 2-bathroom home, so I guess Janelle kind of won in this case. Cody said at the reunion that he is still angry at the boys. He said, "We need therapy. I've gotten to the point where I'm so angry about what happened that we're not communicating, and I think they are too." Yeah, maybe a little bit of therapy would be helpful. I just honestly, can't we all get along? I mean, some of these feuds are so historical to the family, they're long-standing, but kind of interesting to talk about. So I appreciate you guys watching the whole way through, and if you like this video, give it a like, and please subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives content. Bye, guys! Today, we're diving into the world of Sister Wives and their land, Coyote Pass. There are a million reasons why Coyote Pass is a broken dream for Cody, Mary, Janelle, and Robin. Let's take a closer look at the property itself and the controversies. The Brown family's move to Coyote Pass has been an ongoing storyline on the show. The property is a stunning 20-acre piece of land with breathtaking views of the mountains and valleys, a place where the wives famously said they heard angels sing. Well, the angels are probably not singing anymore. Here are the many reasons why perhaps the Coyote Pass dream and the fantasy of it all is officially over. Janelle, the Coyote Pass certified #1 fan, seems to have thrown doing recaps. August 20th, guys, mark your calendars. It's Sister Wives time. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye. This is a Sister Wives deep dive about every house Cody, Mary, Janelle, Robin, and Christine have lived in since 2010. So since starting to film the show Sister Wives, the Browns have lived in over 15 houses combined. They've moved a lot, so let's take a quick tour of everywhere they've lived and watch until the very end for details about Christine's brand new house in Utah. In the meantime, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives updates. At first, when we were introduced to the Browns, they shared one large house in Lehi, Utah, and by all appearances, they seemed like a functional, happy family living under one roof. We had no idea how badly everything would unravel. The house was over 6,000 square feet, with 3 separate apartments all connected on the inside. So it was 3 apartments that had their own entrances, kitchens, laundry rooms, and master bedrooms. So each wife had their own space, and the house was actually designed for a plural family. We know that Christine really actually hated living on the lower floor, also called the basement, and her experiences there led to her saying heck no when Cody wanted to live in one big house again down the road years later. Janelle felt that Mary was restricting access to her area or even her stairs in Lehi for the children, and that also seemed to be like a point of conflict, but early in the show they didn't talk about that. It's only later that we found out. The Browns ended up leaving the Lehigh house in a hurry when they thought the police were investigating them for polygamy. In 2011, they packed their bags and basically ran away to Las Vegas, where they embarked on a new adventure in a new state. Cody had pitched it as like a fun place full of games for the kids, but they started struggling immediately living apart. They were always... Here are the top 5 revelations from Gwendolyn about what Cody and Robin did at her wedding. More tea has been spilled from Gwendolyn Brown herself, the 11th Brown child, about what exactly happened when Robin and Cody showed up to her wedding like 2 hours late and just chilled by themselves in the background super awkwardly. Gwen revealed a lot on a YouTube live, and here are the top 5 things she revealed. The wedding was not filmed for Sister Wives, as great as that would have been. I mean, it would have been TV gold, guys. Number 5. Gwen says that Cody did not walk her down the aisle as per tradition. She said, "I didn't want to be walked. You know, I felt like if somebody would have walked me down the aisle that wasn't my dad, it would have been a serious statement. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go by myself." I mean, why does that make me so sad? Just thinking back to the big hoopla Cody had made about Aspen's wedding, Maddie's wedding, it was like such a big focus. Mykelti's wedding, I mean, Gwen deserved that same treatment, that same hoopla. So it does make me sad to hear that. Not only that, Gwen said that she didn't even take a picture with Cody at her wedding. He showed up too late and missed all the pictures. The most that happened was a hug, apparently, which is something, but is that enough? I don't know. Number 4. Gwen said that some family members were mad that Cody and Robin showed up but kept it together and didn't make a scene or anything like that. Oh, you know, they just talked behind their backs there. So there was probably a fair amount of gossiping going on at Gwen's wedding, whispers maybe, awkward glances, I imagine, in my mind. So although she didn't say who was mad specifically, she didn't say, and I mean, I just imagine maybe Garrison and Gabriel, but that's just a guess. Probably more people, but they just tend to speak their mind, and they're very much, in a feud with Cody right now. So she had said some people were in a relationship with the older kids, and nobody's buying that. Robin, we're not buying what you're selling in this scene, just saying. And Mykelti on her Patreon did say, I remember, that Janelle's kids were the favorites and that they had the most power, whatever that means. That's actually Tony that said that. And they were the most affected by Cody's weird parental behavior because essentially there was more to lose there. Christine's kids were less affected because they never probably had a great relationship with him. And that's sad. Garrison says in the teaser that since he last talked to his dad, he bought a house, a car, and got into school, and all these things happened without him knowing or saying good job, what have you. But Cody claims to be blocked by them, and Mykelti also said that some siblings have blocked him. So ding ding ding, we probably know who the blockers are. It's exactly who we thought, Gabriel and Garrison, allegedly. In this case, though, is it fair to blame Cody? Because he can reach out, but, they're not answering, they're blocked. So, anyways, just a thought there. Next teaser, it's Avalon's birthday. Mykelti brought Avalon over for a party, and Cody just gushes about how he loves that Mykelti is warm to them still. Cody says that he thinks it has to do with Tony. He says that Tony loves Robin, and Robin says that she and Tony get each other and that she really likes him. Did not know that, honestly. And we learned that Mykelti wasn't treated very well by her older siblings growing up, and Robin wanted to help, so she took Mykelti in and tried to really be a mom for her. So I mean, that's nice. I have to give that to Robin, and so it all makes sense. Robin stuck up for Mykelti when no one probably really was, and so it makes sense to me that Mykelti would now stick up for her in return. This is kind of obvious in the on her Patreon, to me anyway. Teaser 3. Christine is with some girlfriends having wine and celebrating her ex-anniversary, so I guess the jerk. Number 4, Christine said that before Robin, she wasn't really ever jealous as much. She didn't mind when Cody was with the other wives. She liked it when he was with her too. And Cody was way more fair with his time back then. It's afterwards that, and she says he did go to her house on her nights, but after 6 p.m., but that's not the whole day. And they would see his car at Robin's house in the cul-de-sac. So really, Christine got only 12 hours of her full day. And Christine would get so mad in the cul-de-sac because let's say it was a Saturday on her day and he's not working. So why wasn't he with her the whole day? Why is his car at Robin's? It would drive anyone crazy. Number 5, Christine confirmed again that the straw that broke the camel's back for her was the fact that he didn't come to Isabel's surgery, which was major because he said he couldn't leave his family for that long, and Isabel saw that and said, "Aren't we not his family? Like, aren't I his family?" She couldn't really, it was very hurtful, so that was the last straw. Number 6. And then Christine opened up about intimacy with Cody. We've never heard anything about this in public ever because historically this was off limits with them on the show. Whenever a fan or anyone asked them anything about it, they would never answer this. And we learn in this interview that basically, for those who wanted to know, that Christine and Cody were intimate roughly like 5 times a year before Cody said he's just not that interested in doing that anymore. That's like once every few months, just to give an average or something, which I thought is interesting, you know? I mean, that's not a lot. Number 7. Christine's response to Robin wanting an off-camera conversation to let her know they want them to be happy. I mean, this was from the last part of the tell-all. Christine saw that and says, "Oh, Robin wants us to go, 'Your Majesty, you may have him now.'" And it's never going to happen, guys. It's never going to happen. There's just no way. And now let's go to Janelle, who seems rather focused on her kids at this time. Some people think that Janelle and Christine are on the outs, but that's probably false, I think. Janelle actually flew to see Christine this month and the kids recently. She had said that her flight had been canceled because of wind, so she had to go through Phoenix instead. This is proof that she was at Avalon, Mykelti's daughter's birthday party. She's holding the twins and being a grandma, so she's been around. It's just that Christine is so consumed with her relationship that there's probably like less space for Janelle right now, you know? There was another Brown birthday this month, and that was Garrison's. He turned 25, and Janelle and Savannah crashed his birthday party. Literally, under this picture, she said, "Savannah and I crashed the brothers and cousins' birthday party for Garrison. He turned 25 on Monday, and all he wanted was to have the guys come and hang out for the weekend. It's so great when brothers and cousins are your best friends." I mean, that is cute. Looks like Logan and Hunter even came down from Vegas for the occasion. And even Peyton was there. He has expressed that he's the closest with Garrison, and they were together a lot growing up. I think they're very close in age. And apparently growing up, Peyton would always ask to go to Janelle's house where all the boys were, because Peyton only had sisters. Janelle is also still working on her fitness and tried out Pilates, and she posted herself in what she said was a scary position. She's trying to get more flexible, you know. I'm wondering what Janelle is going to do. Will she stay in Flagstaff? Is she still even considering Coyote Pass to get a house on it? What is happening with that? As for Mary, well, basically, she's becoming, or to me. I mean, she's trying to become like an inspirational social media person. You know the type. I mean, I don't know if that's what she's really trying to do, but she's been sharing a huge amount of quotes and inspirational content on TikTok too now. So I thought maybe we could play a game called Rate Mary's Quotes. So here's one. Who I was does not dictate who I am. And Christine and Janelle are having a celebration of some kind, and it's the first time in a while that we've seen Aspen, Christine's daughter, and her husband Mitch. They're at the table, and I'm shocked because we're talking a while. They don't really film anymore. But here they are on Easter. Cody says that Christine wants the kids to have an identity without their dad, and she basically wants to split them up. And this is the same old story of a dad that's not being that great, blaming the mom about it. Christine and Janelle are doing what they can to compensate for Cody's absence or whatever, and that is so clear to anyone. So the kids would love to see him, and no one is in his way to do that. Like, that's ridiculous. They do an Easter egg hunt with money inside the eggs instead of candy. Mitch juggles, and you can see they're filming on their phones. You can see them in the background. This has to be the most all over the place, very crazy footage shot for a reality show. You know, the other reality shows have such like high level cinematography like Bravo and stuff, and this is like we're watching iPhone footage all the time, and it's getting like even better ratings, or like, I mean, great ratings on iPhone footage. That says a lot. Okay, so teaser 3, and this is the juiciest, so best for last. Christine talks about the fact that Cody would leave her house in the morning to help Robin's kids get ready for school. Which, that's weird, because shouldn't he be helping the kids at the house he's at? Like, Truly was still very young at that time. He says that he liked bringing Solomon and Ariella to school. He says that in Lehigh, they were working so hard to make ends meet, and now it's like he has a second chance at doing all the things, you know? So he says that Robin told him that it was going to cause problems, and Christine says that she's tired of being called a bad sister wife, and that a bad sister wife is one that monopolizes the husband. Shot fired directly at Robin. And Cody claps back right after that and says, a bad sister wife. Beyonce B tied the knot in Flagstaff this weekend. A friend had posted a video of them taking a wedding shot, and Mary posted a picture of her and Leo dressed up and said something like, best part of the day for me, or something. So I'm sure we'll see more pictures from the family soon, but yes, by all appearances, seems like Gwen may well be a married woman now, so congratulations to Gwendolyn. And in more wedding news, yes, there's a lot of wedding news. Christine and Cody now have something else in common too, because photos were posted and Christine seems to have officiated a wedding recently. I bet her dancing at the reception was a lot better than whatever Cody's dance moves were at his friend's wedding, just saying. And Christine was also spotted wedding dress shopping. So it seems like her wedding will be happening just fast and furious as well. I predict in like the next month or something. Christine and David are also, of course, continuing to work on their brand new, amazing house. They're getting work done on their backyard to make it fun for their grandkids. And now they added some cute details to their concrete driveway, and Christine just loves it so much she had to post on Instagram. So also, Christine spent the 4th of July with David, her girls, and grandkids. She says they were actually able to see the fireworks from her balcony. And Peyton and Gwen were MIA. Actually, Peyton's been MIA a lot, so don't know what's going on there. But she had said, I hope everyone had an incredible Independence Day. My family and I enjoyed fireworks from my balcony. We could see the entire valley lighting up. Hashtag July 4th, 2023. and Mary, who I personally think is really being treated unfairly by Cody to the extreme. I don't know, I really feel like Mary gave Cody too many chances. Let's remember, she was the first wife and helped him get all these wives, and now he seems to have like completely turned on her, and especially in his confessionals, and he's just been like brutal. Anyways, Mary's just trying to empower herself again with her friend. Mary escaped to the UK, and let's talk about secret weddings. So let's start with Janelle this month. This month, Janelle set up her trailer somewhere that is not Coyote Pass, thank God. And fans actually thought that maybe her new boyfriend was hiding in plain sight in this picture. See the legs? Anyways, but Janelle just had to reply back and shut down fans that thought that before the blogs went crazy. And she said, haha, no, it's Gabe, but my children and grandchildren are the true loves of my life. Honestly, Janelle is so independent, and the whole lovey-dovey aspect of a relationship never seemed to be like her thing, so I could see her just staying single for a while. I don't think Janelle will be getting into any whirlwind romances anytime soon. We shouldn't hold our breath for that. Janelle recently went to Utah, I'm assuming to visit Christine, and she went on her stories about how the lilacs are just better there and she misses them. She even brought like a bouquet back to her hotel room, hoping maybe she could also bring them on the plane with her to Flagstaff. Janelle then was in Utah again, like a day ago, and she posted a story and said she was there to play with Christine, David, Savannah, and some friends. Play, guys, play. And you know, Janelle could sort of randomly be in Utah twice in a month, but I also would not even be surprised if Christine got married or something, because she's moving so fast with David, and I just get the feeling she wants to get married as fast as possible. So every time I see Janelle in Utah, I'm like, oh, did it happen? I guess we'll find out when the People magazine pictures come out, right? So we'll see. Either way, there's clearly no truth to the rumor that there's a feud between Christine and Janelle. Janelle has literally traveled to Utah twice in 1 month. I mean, based on social media evidence. But I digress. For now, though, Janelle's number one companion in Flagstaff seems to be Gabriel, who's helping her quite a lot with just came out as just crazy and everything. I don't know whether or not to be happy that the show is back or literally cry because the family is like so messed up right now. I have a full video breakdown of the teaser and I'll link that in the description. But basically, there are two really explosive moments in the teaser that I'm sure made the cameraman like squirm. Janelle tells Cody to shut his effing mouth, and Robin freaks out in tears about, her dream of the porch and having her sister wives there with her kids and grandkids, which is kind of interesting and also makes no sense. I don't think she'd actually want to be on the porch with them, to be honest. They like never hung out in the first place. Maybe with Mary, but I guess everyone has a dream about like growing older and what that looks like, and that was it for Robin. One thing that I do want to see in season 18 is some type of confrontation between the wives and Robin. Robin has never really been confronted by the wives on camera, just kind of like talked about a little bit, And so, maybe things would be clearer if they actually had a real conversation between the wives, and maybe Nancy can come down for that. Remember their therapist, Nancy? Just saying, it may help. They might need reinforcements because, communication doesn't seem to be the best all the time between them. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the whole way through to my Sister Wives update for July 2023. Please leave a comment, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more updates. Bye, guys!
I wanted to sit on a porch with my sister wives, with our kids and our grandkids.
Hi guys, it's finally here! The Sister Wives Season 18 teaser, or first look as they say, just dropped, and it's crazy intense and filled with drama. Everyone's angry, the whole family is just falling apart, and Robin is having a full-on fit. So let's break it down because there's a lot to talk about. Watch until the very end for the premiere date, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So the teaser starts with Janelle asking